We're live!
Yeah! What's up with that?
Hey, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you. Looks like we got some people in here. It's funny. The thing says live, and it says we only have 3 people. And yet I look over here and I see, I don't know, is there only 3 people? I see Jim. I see Max Air 420, excuse me. I demoted you. Steven Drones. I see Michael Wright, Texas, that's Tex Arch. Maybe that's it. Johnny Drone Flyer, unless he left. Everybody raise your hands. I see 2. 1, 2 hands.
1, 2, 3.
I know. I accidentally set the stream. The announcement was it's at 10:10. So at 10:10, people are just going to pour right in here.
Flock right in like a herd.
It's going to be, and
I'll
replay the intro.
Yeah, well, of course.
Got to.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, hi, Michael Wright. Welcome in. I announced who was here. I didn't say hello. Stephen Jones, hello. Johnny, if you're still here, hello. Max Air 420. It doesn't suck that you're here. And that mower sucks. It does. It sucks up the grass and the dirt. And actually, it's Florida. It throws a lot of sand around. When you cut the grass in Florida, it's not like cutting the grass up north. If the grass is a little thin, it just throws sand all over. You wear those blades down like you're hitting it with sandpaper. And anyway, hey Johnny, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Looking forward to the meetup. If anybody wants to talk about that, actually, I should change my background to the meetup background. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Well, let's invite people in. What was that sound? I heard a sound. I heard a. Yeah, that one. Let me see. Let me tell you the settings.
That was for your boo-boo not having the drone meetup background behind you.
Well, I just mean, this.
There you go.
That's where we're meeting.
That's where you're
Saturday. Next Saturday.
So there'll be no live stream next week, correct?
It's finally come.
There'll be no stream next week, correct?
Why not?
Oh, I thought you'd have been burnt out. I don't know. Sunday night.
I'm burnt out now, and I do it anyway.
I know, and then you got your early Monday morning fishing trip, and
yeah, that's okay. That's all right. And let's hope that goes. We got like 10 people interested so far, which is nice. That's a nice little group, and I'm sure there'll be a couple more if the weather holds up. Nobody wants to be on that boat in a thunderstorm. At least anybody with half a brain.
No, I don't like getting on the water too much in the first place. Throwing some bad weather. Jimmy's out.
Air 2S Army, Mike Rennick, welcome in. Good to see you. My topic, I included a little description of how I was working on my lawnmower. So I made a little video, sort of.
Cool. Play it.
It's not a good video. I just took my phone and said, hey, everybody, look what I did. Kind of like that. Because I like to fix things. That's what men do.
Men do it. Fix it.
Exactly. You get your tools. Is that what you were doing? You're doing I like
that. Get your tools. You got a little screwdriver there in case you need to little tweak something.
Yeah.
Get your scissors. In case you gotta cut something out.
There's always some kind of tool within my reach that I could grab.
But
wait a minute. No, there is.
There it is.
Look at this. I'm saying this, and look, here is a Husky screwdriver right here for absolutely no reason. I don't know why that's sitting there. But if I need a Phillips head.
Did somebody say head?
A number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, it's sitting right there. And that's right. I know that that's a number 2 because I'm a man.
I got mine right there too.
A sexist would say. But
politically correct.
And now she's like, I'm going to buy a brand new deck for it to the old girl because I mean, I don't, is 11 years old from a rider more?
No,
What is that? No, it's not if you take care of them.
that's
It's not
right.
garage kept. It's
That's
just
right.
keeping it under a
It's
tarp.
almost a classic. Could be
It
worth
is not.
something.
No, you know what? It was a cheap mower to begin with. You know, now it's you can't replace them for less than 1,700 bucks. So I'll just keep fixing it.
Yeah, as long as you take care of it, everything's fine.
Yeah, new starter, new solenoid, new battery, new. I'm gonna drop my vape. New new
You put in the
coil.
weight.
That's how you're supposed to vape if you have any class.
Over in Inland Vapor.
Jimmy,
Yes, I do. I do say, Lovey.
Jimmy, please. Allow
And an
me
oil
to
change.
explain how I had. You know what? If I was bougie, I wouldn't be wrenching on my own rider mower. You know, 1,700 17 horsepower at Tecumseh. I've left out in the snow in the middle of winter, and I still can't kill it. Yeah, they're simple motors. You know, everything's all simple. You know, and you
Eat
just.
more possum.
I mean, the problem. One of the problems with mine was first of all the dead battery. Second, it sat there forever because I bought my wife a Honda. Notice I said bought my wife because she pretty much cuts all the grass. You know, I got her but I make sure the equipment runs. That's my job because I'm a man. So anyway, you know, it hurts.
Not if you're a real man.
So I, a real man, a manly man. What was I saying? I don't know. It's got all new parts on it. New air filter.
And
Air
an oil
filter is supposed
change.
to do every year, but yeah, that's the first new air filter, I think, probably in 11 years. And new plug. I mean, it's ready to go. But what I didn't realize was the oil was filled with gas. I mean, like really filled. Like somebody left the key on, which may have happened. I don't know because see the carburetor bowl has a fuel stop solenoid, and apparently wasn't doing its job. You know, filled the cylinder up. I thought the starter was bad because it wouldn't turn over. It was very weak. But even after I cleared that all out, it still wouldn't turn over. So I mean, starter's 11 years old. Got rid of it. Didn't get rid of it. Held on to it because it might be okay. I don't know. They're not that expensive. So I put another one of those in there. Like I said, it's ripping. Want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Share.
Yeah.
I'm going to share video file this time because the chats are going. They're probably saying, "No, Uncle Bill, please don't show your dirty, rotten ass mower."
Yeah, it's 10 after 10 now. They're all flocking in. Captain Ray, Chris from Sunrise Water.
Hey,
Sean
hey, guys.
Ryan Flynn. And I said Brent from Eat More Possum. Welcome, fellas.
Did you miss Maddie? Maddie's Drone World. You got
Maddie's
Maddie's in
Drone
here.
World,
Welcome in, Maddie. Ray, you said Ray, right?
I said Ray.
Yeah, but he's very important. You have to say him twice. Ray Kelly, Captain. Ray Kelly.
Captain.
That's right.
Well, welcome to the Man Show.
You know, you do this YouTube thing enough. I realize how silly. I pull the phone out just to commemorate me getting this mower running properly after all the things I had to do with it, and including draining gasoline out of the oil. You know, out of the oil, and you know what? That's what's funny. As soon as I drained it out and there was nothing in it, it started right up. Yeah. I probably didn't need all this other. But you know what? She's got a new lease on life.
Yeah.
And the wifey said, "Go ahead and order." I found that the deck. I'm going to replace the deck because it's rotted. I'm going to replace the deck. It's going to be like a new mower. $300, $304, Amazon shipped. You know, that's amazing because it's supposed to be $459 plus shipping. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to grab it. And hopefully it'll be the right one.
Make and model, yeah.
Well, guys, you know, you've heard me talking about working on my mower. Can you hear that? And,
perfect.
I'm finally done. I'm done.
Nearly set myself on fire today, putting a match to the oil that was in it.
Oh, did I tell you that part?
No,
I nearly set myself on fire today.
that's why I'm laughing.
Well, when I drained the oil, I was like, why is this so thin? What the hell? Is it full of water? I think it's sitting outside. I actually bought a better cover for it, a John Deere cover. It's like 70, 80 bucks. But it was a couple of years old, 2, 3 years old, and it was starting to tear. And, from the floor to sun, nothing lasts. And instead of buying a new $40 one every year, so I thought, did it somehow go in the intake? Is it full of water? It's so thin. I smelled it. I don't get a real strong smell of gas, but I'm getting old. I don't smell so well anymore. I mean, I smell, So anyway, I was like, well, let's light it. Let's see, oil shouldn't burn. So let's see, with a match. So let's see. Oh, it was gas. It was almost all gas, baby. It was I have second-degree burns on my left leg. Of course, I did it with shorts on.
Of course.
Yeah, and I did it next to my plastic shed, so I have to replace the door on that now. They're getting the heat was getting the sun was getting to them anyway. I'm going to put wooden doors on; they're nicer. Not the shed behind me there. That's the good shed. I wouldn't burn that one.
No.
So anyway, that's what's funny. A 6x8 poly shed is 2.5 times what it cost when I bought that thing. I mean, they've gotten so expensive. But anyway, let's go.
Okay.
If it was gas in it or not, that was pretty bright. Kids don't try this at home. However, ladies and gentlemen, my mower, which
I discovered I couldn't spin the camera to the other camera while you're recording. So that didn't work. So let's look at the other one.
However, boys and girls, here is my mower. Still not quite together. Got the cowl to put back on.
Now, do you see this over here on my trailer? I got like a little trailer for the mower, right? And all these spots and this all.
That's from the explosion.
That was from me wanting to see how much blowback I was getting, So I took the oil filler tube right off and drained. It was draining, and wanted to kind of blow some of it out that way instead of all over the place. It was so. I'm an idiot. I was having fun doing stupid things.
I'm going to clean it up when I'm done. But as you can see, I guess
which I did. I cleaned it up. Looks nice.
New. Get out of the sun here. Brand new air cleaner. I decided to put a fuel shutoff valve on there. New fuel filter. Some new fuel line. Fuel shutoff is important. Even though I tested my fuel shutoff valve on the carburetor bowl and it is working, I think it's a little weak. And it's the spring and it's a little weak, and it allowed my oil to fill up with gas. My brand new starter, which I may or may not have needed, but there it is. And new solenoid that I can't show you because it's hidden behind my brand new battery back there. New coil on the motor because some vermin ate my spark plug wire, and as you can see, it's not modular, so you got to replace the whole coil with a new boot and a brand new plug. And what's the end results? Really dragging this out. The end result is this. Well, that's the end result. That's keeping Uncle Bill from spending $2,000 on a new mower. So, there you go.
That's how you do it.
For those who are curious, this thing down here is an automatic fuel shutoff. And that's so people who are too lazy to have one of these, just to shut your fuel off when you're not using the motor, which helps your float valve last longer and helps your float valve keep from just, I don't know. It's just a good idea to have because probably my float's a little weak, whatever's going on there. This was empty, this tank. I should have known it would, because I sat for a while, I thought it all evaporated. Boy, I really should replace this line. Look at this, is terrible. I should have realized and I didn't, that the gas, or quite a bit of it, was in the oil. So there you go. And the end result now, like I said, beautiful. Let's see if I can get my wife to remember to do that. You know, I got to put the cowling back on. I'm gonna clean it up.
Actually on backwards, but it doesn't matter.
It's a mess. But there you go. You know, life underneath a cover in the backyard is tough on a mower. But they got limited lifespans anyway. So with the cost of them now, what are you going to do?
And that is it.
Well done. Well done.
At least medium rare. Charles Galushki, the producer, is in the house. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger, makes his appearance. How you doing, guys? And new show, Drones and Mower Drones. Well, you know, you just gave me an idea. I'm going to mess around with Litchi again with my Mini 2 and see if it can follow me on my rider mower going down the street. That way I can combine my hobbies. What do you think?
I think you should get the innards of the drone somehow hooked up to the steering wheel, and then you can control the lawnmower with your.
Is that technical talk? Innards?
Yeah, the Huma hit you.
Innards of the drone?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
So you don't have to sit there. You can sit in a chaise lounge having a drink and operate your drone from the sticks.
You know, I didn't know you Canadians were so bougie. Chaise lounge. Chaise? You know what we call it? Jersey. Chase lounge.
Chase.
Yeah.
When you're in a chair, there's no chasing. Chaise lounge.
Well, I'm actually chasing down some peanut butter. The last of my peanut. It's actually a pretty big last, but the last of my peanut butter. Blind Squirrel peanut butter whiskey.
Wow.
See, the difference between this and squirrel is you go like that and you don't see a thing. Blind squirrel.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got that. I'm always fixing something. Always.
You are. Fine tuning, adjusting, upgrading.
Makes me feel alive.
Man.
Because that's what men do. Apparently men bruise themselves too. Anybody want to see the second degree burns on my leg that this man gave himself today?
Can you get your hoof up there?
Oh, it's funny. It's like I could feel it's filled with water, you know, the blisters, and I could feel them like wobbling around.
Oh, yeah.
Like I got an extra nutsack down there. Oh, that's classy.
Yeah.
Oh God. Marcus did a review of his Honda. Here we go. That's not just me. See, it's Uncle Bill's toys, not Uncle Bill's drones. You see, when I work on my Harley, I'm going to put that up. I'll show you guys. Actually, I just did, and I didn't video any of that. Changed all my fluids. You know, a fuel filter. The three. You know, with Harley, you got 3 fluids to fill. You got your primary, you got your tranny, and you got your engine oil. You got your this, and you got your that. You know, and I did all that. You know, but I've done other things on it too. You know, flush the brake fluid. That's fun with a vacuum pump. It's an exciting video. I should make that. I'll do that again. Just I'll spend $30 on brake fluid that I don't need just to make that video.
Make the video.
Honda was several years ago, before he started reviewing drones. He got several thousand views. All right, that's going to be a movie. Yeah, but you know what? I didn't video it. All the work that I did, I'll have to do, you know what I'll do? I'll go back out in the yard and I'll undo it. Put all the old shit back on.
Yeah, at least it won't cost nothing or anything. You've already got the parts.
Just my self-respect. Scott Nadeau. There's certain names that just have a sound to them, you know. I kind of like that. Nadoo. How do you do, Nadoo? Right there. Or Joe Fotoleo. Do you know him? Joe
Joe.
Fotoleo. I just Joe Fotoleo. I just like the name. He's not in here, but I like his name. Sunrise and the Drone Rangers. Sorry for talking so much. Is that why Bill always has a crutch shot in his live streams? He's showing off his extra nutsack. You see, Chris, first of all, it's on my shin, okay? The burn. Instead of being concerned for your Uncle Bill, you're talking about my crotch, which is a little disconcerting, to be honest with you. Do you have any other comments about my crotch while we're at it? Just anything else in your mind?
No, I gotta leave that one alone.
I was talking to Chris. You don't care about my crotch. I know you don't. I don't think you do.
No, I wouldn't insult you like that. You signed the paychecks.
Yeah, my sister. Your sister's there. I need to send you something nice. For spending. You want to dull out? Oh, I can't. I'm giving it away. This old Dell laptop. This old house. This old Dell laptop. That's right. Let's talk about it again. This weekend, guys, for those of you who are still on the fence, this ought to put you over. This, 12-year-old Dell. I don't think it's that old. It might be that. It's probably 10.
Come on down and get a raffle ticket. You could win this.
It's in beautiful condition. Look at it. It really is. Looks like new. It's a refurb. It's a Latitude D630. This was back when Latitudes were actually made nice. Things like a rock,
Anchor.
Heavy. Yeah. Built. All right, here we go. Should see if anybody recognizes this slot. It's got this slot back here, and you pop out this little thing and you push on it, and then you take this card, and then this is for a card. Does anybody remember what kind of card would go in that slot? Let's see how old you guys are in your knowledge. Anybody know?
Anybody? Bueller?
Anybody? Bueller. PCMCI slot. Believe it or not, they used to have PCMCI cards.
PCMC. There, Mike had it.
Mike had it. There you go, Mikey. Very good. Well, he's old. And what is that?
You're hired.
It's got some kind of lint or something.
Yes, today is International Whiskey Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
You think I would know that?
Did you invent it?
No, but you know what? I don't need a day to drink whiskey.
That's true.
I don't need an excuse. Yeah.
Sunday's always nice, though.
I don't know why this slot. I have no idea why that slot is there. It does have a DVD burner.
Cool.
It can't be that old. I mean, it's actually got a DVD burner.
I've got an external one myself.
A couple of USBs on this side. I think it's got a couple of USBs in the back. It's got a network card. It's got a modem. You can dial up the internet.
AOL.
And it's got a FireWire jack. So there you go. Then that one I'm giving away. This was refurbed by some company. My dad bought it. We haven't even used it. I just checked it out. One of the RAM chips was one of the RAM's cards was loose and it wasn't installed properly by the people that revamped it. So I fixed that. Then you got this big old Toshiba.
Wow.
Can you see it? Because I can't see anything right now.
Yeah, it's just glaring.
Massive.
It's like a
Massive
mirror.
18.4-inch screen. I'm giving this one away too. This one was owned by a little old lady who only used it on the way to church on Sunday. Actually, it was all. Look at that. See it pop on? Look at that.
Look at that.
I got it's a fresh, clean install. See, Toshiba's the login, and the password is password.
Oh, you're going to get hacked now.
Yeah. Well, I set it up as a clean install. People can put whatever they want on it. It's only got 6 gigs of RAM. It's a Core 2 Duo processor, but that's okay. This was a pretty decent one in its day. It's actually got some lighting. Shut up. It's got some light. Stop it. It's actually got some lighting on it.
How's it smell?
But I think the keyboard's backlit, but it's maybe not. So they backlit all those buttons. They backlit the touchpad, but they didn't backlit the keys. Backlight the keys. It's got Harman Kardon speakers. Look at the size of the speakers. You ever see speakers that big on a laptop?
No, I've not.
The only problem with this is dead battery.
You're getting a new one, though.
However,
Uncle
Bill would not give away a laptop with a dead battery. So it should be here Monday. So I bought a battery for it. So that'd be a good, I don't know. That thing never left their house, these people that had it. I fix computers for them all the time. They just give me laptops and stuff. I forgot I even had it. It was sitting here forever. You're on a 386DX? I don't think so, Mike. It's got to be at least a 486 SLC. And what company made the 486 SLC, Jim?
Hewlett Packard?
No. What chip maker?
I don't know anything about computers or nautical. What the
Well, you've
hell?
heard of AMD.
AMD? That's
They're
Adrian
CPU, they
Mateo.
make CPUs. You've heard of Intel, right?
I've heard of it.
Their chip, they make CPU. Well, it's neither one of those. There's another company that stopped making them eventually. They actually made up to right around Pentium, kind of. They had a 586, which is like the Intel Pentium.
I've heard of that.
When does Uncle Bill take his sledgehammer to the case? Why would I do that? That PC works perfectly well. It does. So, like I said, it's only got 6 gigs of RAM. It's only upgradable to 8. So if you want to spend $50 on eBay, you can get another. You can swap that 4 out for the 2. Hey Jody, how you doing? He's saying Bill. No, it's
Bill.
not Celeron. Celeron will be in Intel anyway, there, Mikey. But no, it's Cyrix. Remember Cyrix? SLCs were Cyrix.
Hi, Jody.
But that's even got a camera in it. You can stream from it. It's 640 by 480. It's not the greatest, but doing a pinch. Anyway.
So when do you have to pick up Art at the airport?
Who's doing that? I don't want to talk about it because if I talk about it, it sounds like I feel like I'm inconvenienced. I'm very happy to pick up Art at the airport. I'm picking 3:20 in the afternoon on Thursday.
Oh, that's perfect.
Palm Beach International. Anything else you need to know?
No, that's all I came for. I gotta go. See you.
But yep, Artie's going to be there.
That'll be
you
fun.
guys. All of you should be there. All you people in there in the channel.
Yeah, should.
You too. I would have loved if you shown up.
Yeah, that would have been special.
Can I pick you up in New York? I don't know. You look pretty hefty. I don't know that I could pick you up at all. I would love to actually go visit some family, then pick you up. But Walmart special HP for 5 years, easy, a touch slow, but it works. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get a $300 laptop and it'll do light work and works just fine, and you just gotta know your limitations. But I mean, that big one wasn't a $300 laptop. Back when it was new, it wasn't top of the watermark or anything like that, but it was pretty expensive. But it'll still work fine. It cruises the internet just fine. I'm sure you can do badum chish.
Oh, you like my joke about picking up Max? Yeah, he's muscular. Um, because you, fine, I won't give it away. You're making me feel bad now because is it too old? Oh, you know how old my laptop is that I'm using?
No,
My laptop my personal laptop,
no.
almost as old as that one. But mine was a pretty expensive laptop, and it's still pretty decent. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. It's a second generation i7. Second generation, up to 12, right? Still works. Works great. I actually cracked the fell off the desk at work, and I replaced the screen on it. But I put a terabyte SSD in it. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. It's actually got a second video card in it. It's got a uh, NVIDIA 7. What the hell is it? I don't know. It was middle of the road, but with its own 2 gigs or separate 2 gigs of RAM, it doesn't share. I mean, it's decent. I like it. It's got a burner, got a camera. Camera sucks. But I mean, at the time, having two processors, it's a 17-inch screen. It's actually got a second bay in it, so you could put 2 hard drives in it, and it's running 16 gigs of RAM, so it's decent.
Yeah.
I mean, guys might have seen it. I've used it. I brought it with me, and that's what I was using when I was streaming in Fort Lauderdale with Maddie and TJ. I set it up with that, so it still works nice.
Cool.
Hit that. Hit what? Hit what? It's funny. It came right after Chris said, "How's your dog?"
Hit.
Hit that. He's got a nice ass. Speaking of nice asses, how you doing, Jim? We've all seen your ass recently. Actually, we've seen Max's too.
Yeah.
Now, Oh, did I close that window? Oh, you're such an idiot. No, I did. It's right there.
There you go. You gonna play another video?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'm running out of things to say. Share screen window. There it is. Yeah, it's this is a classic video. It's classy. I think you'll all be impressed.
Hi, everybody. It's Uncle Extra Medium back again with some more jokes.
Can you hear that?
It's very echoey, kind of back of the auditorium sound.
So like normal then.
No. No.
Is it loud?
Not very.
No. Well, I finally saw when you go to share, I finally saw where the little check mark is to. All right, just go to share screen.
Hey,
Oh,
Mikey.
now you're gonna hear it. I didn't click share system audio.
Oh.
All these times I was sharing these things, I just, Now how's it sound?
I hope you like them.
The same.
Well, they're
How's that?
No, it was the same.
You're the same.
kind of filthy. They're extra.
Wait a minute. Why?
They're extra.
They're extra.
Hello, Brad Alston.
Extra the same?
Extra dirty. Filthy bad.
Huh. I got share system audio check marked.
Share video file.
Well, let's share the whole screen. That didn't work. Browser can't access your screen. Tried capturing a different screen. What the? I was doing it the other day.
What the?
I don't know. Oh, please. then it works. Share system audio.
Oh, because you're doing it through YouTube. When my files, I'm just doing it right from the
See, if I go
desktop.
share system audio, it doesn't work. That's interesting. All right. Well, let's try it again. Share tab audio. Oh, share tab. Let's try that. See how that works.
This time,
What?
I'm getting so many complaints. You should see my emails. So
How's that sound?
Much better. Much better.
I better put in a disclaimer. So here it is.
This program is rated PG and may contain mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Nice. Holy moly!
The young couple next door to me have recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously, they don't know about it yet. I was at the park earlier today, and a parent came up to me and asked, "Which one's yours?" I said, "I don't know. I'm still deciding." My favorite sex position is called the JFK. I splatter all over her while she's screaming and tries to get out of the car. Yes.
What? Too soon?
Too
59 years?
too disturbing.
Oh my God! You know how much fun I have doing that shit.
Oh, I know. I could tell. And we have fun watching it. Mikey's in the channel. How you doing, Mikey? Welcome in. Mikey's not going to be there. Makes it very sad.
Yeah.
They're good boys. I like Mikey and Sergio. Oh, Brian's in here. B-Rad. What's up, B-Rad? Well, where'd everybody come from? Was there another live stream or something? Just ended. Flying Finn Media. Hi, John Flynn. How you doing? Are you flying a drone, Jody? What's a drone, Jody? Let's invite again. See if somebody's brave enough to come in here and share the screen with us. And just so all you guys know, this can't be an all-nighter because I only use the free version of. And I saw you guys making fun of the fact that I couldn't get the audio to work. By the way, I'm just ignoring you. This is just the free version. I only get 20 hours a month. I used to run out all the time. Then I would use Restream, and I like Restream. But I've got 2 hours and 14 minutes left. So this is ending, whether I like it or not. Lake Pilot's been here all along.
All along.
I'm here after my dog's late night poop. So this is what? Just a continuation of your dog's late night poop?
Poop?
Is this the appropriate? Is this the natural, appropriate thing to do after your dogs take a dump?
Yeah. The kids go out at 10 o'clock, so they went a little extra early tonight.
Watch the shit show. Can't come in.
Like
Bill, I'm getting.
Meet the parents. Oh God.
Is that your way of saying that you're pleasuring yourself while you're watching this?
Yeah, that's all in air quotes.
No. Must be an earthquake. I need some blue jeans so I can be one of the cool kids like everybody else. You don't have blue jeans?
No, that's another line.
I'll give you mine, but I have short legs there, B-Red. I do. I'm about 6'2". Almost 6'2". I was 6'2". I don't know what I am now. And I can wear 31-inch inseam pants, 30 or 31. So for all of you that your mother doesn't buy your clothes would understand that that's a short leg for a person my height.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's because the inseam's got to meet a little lower because to make room for for my hand and my pants.
Yeah, I'm 2 inches taller when I lay down too.
Oh, moderator blue. You know, oh my gosh, how do you not have a wrench?
First time customer.
I didn't understand. So stupid I am. Well, you're a moderator now. Wear it well. Moderator blue jeans. How come nobody will come in? Come on, Brad, come in. You're
Yeah,
blue now. Brad's always got something to say. It might not be anything good, but he'll have something to say. I know Mikey's getting his teats worked on. Who else? That's okay. I'm not begging anymore or any less. We can do this without you. Poorly.
Uncle Bill
So I
shit
didn't get to
show.
fly this week because I was busy fixing stuff. Spent way too much time making that mower work. But she's a beaut now, man. She just rips. I get that. I swear, Tuesday. You love getting milked? Yeah. Is it low fat? Is it what kind of milk? Chocolate milk.
1%. Homo. Skim.
Keep going.
That's it. Half and
Yes.
half.
Almond milk.
Yeah, that's not milk.
Milk in my almonds.
Almonds don't have nipples.
It's not milk. It's horrifying too. My wife tried. We went through that period. She's like, "Oh, try this. You'll lose weight. It's good for you." I guess why not? I could just melt some chalk in some water and pour that in my coffee. It would look the same, and taste about the same. Or a Tum. At least my stomach would stop bothering me. Grind up a Tum with a little water.
I had 2 last night.
Tums.
Yeah, I had a little.
I try not to. You know why? It seems, and I have them available. There's Tums over there. There's Tums in the living room. There's Tums in my car. And there's Tums in my motorcycle. What does that tell you?
You've got gastrointestinal issues.
I like Tums.
They're not candy.
I mean, come on. It was an easy question. Don't think so much. Actually, I do. I have 2 ulcers. I have duodenal and a peptic ulcer. So anyway. Same here. B-Rad, are you joining us on a fishing trip? Well, he better be.
My dad was bad for having Rolaids. He always had indigestion bad too. Rolaids everywhere. To have half of one sitting in his pocket.
Can't join this evening. Have to go to bed in a short. Up early. Okay. I'm going to break that into pieces. Can't join this evening at Uncle Bill's Toys. ... Have to go to bed here in a short. So you wear shorts to bed. Is that what you're saying? That's what I... And you get up early. You mean you wake early, right? Well... He could have come in for 2 minutes and said, "Hey, Uncle Bill," and left. I mean, it would have been, or, "Hi, Jim."
Yeah.
Yeah. So stomach surgery, Ed. And by the way, Ed, I didn't say welcome in. Welcome in, Ed. Because I'm tired. Okay, at least now you're being truthful. Be truthful. Don't you just hurt me with your fabrications. What else we got?
Fibber McGee.
I got that. I also have asthma, by the way.
Yep.
But because of my future sponsor, Brio Ellipta, I take this once a day.
Yep.
Asthma never bothers me. Once a day.
One shot, and you're good for the whole day.
And I didn't take it today. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors. See if I got a little counter on it. There's 9 shots left. There's 9 days left on this.
Suck it. And hold it. And 3, 2, You know, okay, breathe. I have the Symbicort. You can't talk. You're silenced. Your horse.
I'm still holding my breath. Damn it! Can't read my Okay, now that that's done, let's do this.
Yeah, that'll fix it.
What else we got? What other fun drugs do I have here? Nothing. This is rosuvastatin, I think, right? Is that what that is? Yeah, rosuvastatin. I forgot to take this today.
So what's that one do?
I don't fucking know. This one I think is for cholesterol. My numbers are great. I don't even know why I'm taking this crap. And I took the other one. For the alleged pre-diabetes I have. As my wife will be in Lake Mary, Florida. Look at that. 2.5 hours, you know. I have to get back and spend time with her on our vacation, heading out. You know, you can always spend time with your wife. You can't always spend time with me. Or Captain Ray. Or Johnny Drone Flyer. Or the 70 some odd other people that'll be there.
100.
I'm just kidding. It's nice that you still like your wife after all this time.
Yeah,
I still like mine. No, I love my wife, but there's a difference between loving your wife and actually liking her. A lot of people are in love and get divorced. If you can figure that out. I watch TV. We love each other. We just couldn't be married to each other. So you're lazy, in other words. You didn't work at it. You didn't figure out what your problems were and fix it. So you're going to give up somebody you love. It's all bullshit. Very true. I look forward to spending time with you all on the weekend. Okay.
In his shorts.
What?
Nothing.
What about his shorts?
Well, just relaying back to his previous message, blah, 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 blah. Shorts. He said, oh, so you sleep in your shorts. So on the weekend, in his shorts. If I have to start drawing pictures, Bill, it's not going to work.
Clearly.
Yep.
He's weird. Who's Ed talking about? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's weird at drone shots. Love him, but yeah, he gets on these jags about thinking all tubers are fakes, whatever. Well, we are all fake. This isn't really me.
Back screen was
I am much crabbier. You should, if you want to see the real me, see when I was building the computer last Sunday. A jackass I was. I was so condescending. I've been doing this for 40 years too. I was just so pissed I couldn't figure it out. Sometimes I don't know whether or not what you say is real. He sleeps in short. He sleeps in shorts. I sleep in shorts. In fact, I'm wearing them now. These are my Betty Boy shorts. You know how I get ready for bed? This comes off. I get on the other side of the green screen and I lay down. I'll tell you, I've had a rough week. You want to hear about my rough week?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you about my rough week. It started out good. I mean, I was so busy at work. I got the components. I know I've talked about it ad nauseum, and I'll try not to upgrade my PC, which was basically building a new PC for the most part because all I did was blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I got my new PC. Worked on that all day. Of course, I ran into problems that I shouldn't have run into, but I'm getting old and I don't look this stuff up anymore. And I didn't realize that Windows 11 can't use hard drives that are set up with MBRs. You have to set them up with, what are they, QBT, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, GBT. So got past that. Took all day. Shouldn't have. I had other things to do. But
Then the very next day, getting in my car after work, after a couple after work, dropped my beloved OnePlus 7 Pro phone face down in the parking lot at work. Smash.
Yep.
Nicked it, destroyed it. Thought to buy a new phone next day. Okay, that happened. What else happened? Oh,
Well, what phone did you get?
this one. This is a OnePlus 9 Pro. 5G. So that's the only positive thing to all this thing. This has 12 gigs of RAM, a 256 gig drive. I didn't get an S22 Ridiculoso like you did. What did you get? You got an S22 Ultra, right? I almost did, but they don't have this stuff in stock. And this was OnePlus's whatever they call the top shelf phone last year, 11 months ago. So because of that, instead of paying $1,100 for it, I paid $729 for it. And it's still really their top shelf phone because the 10 you still can't get in the States, or if you can, it's very difficult to get. So, but you get one less year of updates, of Android updates. Who cares?
Yeah.
Because you get 3 years of Android updates and 4 years of security updates. I don't care about any of that. I'm good.
Woohoo! Look at what we got here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king and queen of FPV. I'm starting to think she doesn't either.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. You're getting ready for bed, are you guys?
Hey.
Yeah, you know how we do it this hour, Jim. Freshly showered.
Yeah.
That is like the quickest we've ever been brought in on a live stream.
Yeah, well, when you're naked, we
begging people to come in.
Yeah, we want to get you front and center when you're naked. We don't want to wait for that.
It's PG-13. We're good.
Yeah. So how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Good. Getting ready for our road trip.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Sorry I won't see you Friday, but looking forward to seeing you Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, maybe.
At
Saturday and Sunday, yeah.
At this place.
If you're willing to learn FPV.
Do I want to learn?
Sunday's FPV day, right?
Right. So you know what I'll do? I will bring with me this.
Okay.
See, I do have that.
UX7.
Yeah, X7 ACCST. And I had it all set up. It works, you know. I updated it and all that good stuff. And I found, you know what? I find
Looks like he's reaching
the
back
software
behind
and the hardware and all that. I found that interesting. The actual flying, not so much. And then I'll bring these.
Squeaky clean, that's right.
Okay.
So I actually have stuff. These are, the hell are these?
Those are Sky Zones, no?
Huh?
Sky Zone or Ishin?
No, these are Fat Shark.
Oh, weren't they glossy black?
No.
Oh, it's the battery. Can I see the goggles themselves?
Oh, it's a green. I got the green screen on.
I've never seen those before. Which one are those?
Oh, you have.
You don't know the version or model?
These, yeah, I do, but I've done so much research on these things. I actually had this hooked up to the PC and everything, which is difficult with this because it was hard to find the. And I can't remember the name of the damn. These are.
You failed the test, Phil. You failed.
I know.
You're not allowed to come on Sunday.
You're not allowed no more.
I can't believe I don't remember what kind of goggles I have. That's too funny. It's pretty good. And I got a couple of whoops. Got the. This is the one Doc gave me.
Oh,
Not sure which one that is.
that was pretty fun.
It's a.
Looks like you never took it out.
Oh shit! Yes. No. I definitely took it out.
as you can see. See the smash cowling on there? Yeah, I definitely took it out.
Okay.
I've actually repaired this already.
Oh, that's so
Bob,
cute.
Bob Casey thinks you're half naked. Trust me, Bob. They're totally naked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
We're
had
Paul.
to I had to re I had to
We're hoping
restart.
the cat doesn't hit the like tripod.
Yeah,
Actually,
We
I-
are.
into knocking this thing over. So we've got a very delicate balance going on right now.
Here,
and
kitty,
I
kitty,
got my
kitty.
Mobula 7 as well.
Ah,
And
nice.
I bought that. That's a I don't remember, but that one flies pretty good. You know, it flew, and I smashed it pretty nice.
These are Uncle
And I
Bill's toys.
restarted my VTX board back on it and all that. I was learning all kinds of stuff on this, and I'm just not patient. I guess patient enough to learn how to control them properly. I
Well,
really should turn the
You
control.
did it with your DJIs, right?
Huh?
I said you did it with your GPS drones.
Yeah, there's nothing to that.
In the beginning, there's a lot to it. You know, your
Oh,
heart's
okay.
still racing. You don't know what to do.
I honestly,
That very first day or first week, month.
no.
The first time you lost it over water? Come on.
Landed in somebody's yard.
Yeah. Now, as far as flying them is concerned, I mean, a monkey can fly those. They're very, very easy. Now, getting getting quality video is a different story. But I took right to that. I loved it. I love my GPS drones.
But it'll take a monkey.
I can see how that'd be
a
fun,
while
but
to
it's not a. I don't have the time. I'm making all kinds of excuses. You know, these tiny whoops are hard to control outside. I'll put it.
They
that way.
are. They are.
And they're awful quick. Quick to get lost in the neighbor's yard.
Yes. That's why you got to turn your camera angle down so you don't go so fast. Everybody thinks like you got to turn your camera angle up.
Yeah. No. Well, the one you can't adjust. You have to swap out the. Okay, but the Mobula is an adjustable camera angle. So, yeah, I played with that. I actually, that one was new, and one of the motors went bad on it pretty quick. So I ordered motors, and I put a new motor on it. I mean, I've actually was kind of getting into it, but I like I said, I don't like not being good at things. It bothers me.
Well, you have dogs, right, Phil? It's like every time
And a wife.
and a wife with hair. Every time one of those touches down, you have to clean out the motor because there's probably a little tiny dog fur wrapped up in there, or like a girl hair wrapped up in there.
Killer.
Burn it right out. So yeah, every time you crash, you gotta like clean those little motors.
Well,
They're sensitive.
my
hair,
long
man.
hair does get all over the place. Actually, my wife has very long hair, so I don't know what did
Yeah,
it.
it's one hair, man. With those little guys, one hair. That's it.
Well, it didn't matter. I mean, you could buy 4 motors for like $30, $28. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yep.
So I popped. I put that. That was plug in. So that wasn't a big deal.
Oh, plug in. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I did have to solder that VTX board on that other one on the Beta FPV, whatever it was. Anyway, tiny little solders on that thing, and right next to each other. And but I did it. Very proud of myself with a AA battery soldering gun. It worked. Still working. I flew that around the living room. Actually, what I did was these are 1S, 2S. So I put the jumper on. And I ran at 1S, which seemed to make it a little easier to control.
Easier, yeah, definitely easier inside. 1S.
Yeah, and I
2S is not fun.
Yeah, and then I could turn
It's
the
just too
control.
much,
Oh
Well,
yeah,
those
you guys can
controls
tell
are
you
still
a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
I still have the controller set at 100%. And that's another thing I should do until I get a little. Maybe I should just buy like a 7-inch drone and just put a GPS on it and then make. Oh wait, I got something like that. It's an Air 2S.
It's a start. You know?
No, I mean I've heard the bigger ones are easier to fly. I could be wrong.
To me, they're all the same.
Well, those little ones are hard in the house too. They might not be centered right. They're flipping out on you.
True.
They're zippy little guys.
Well, you had an older school one, so she had the first Tiny Hawk. So the first Tiny Hawk was pretty good. It was good. Tiny Hawk 3, obviously, and the Tiny Hawk 3 has a better board in it. So let's talk about computers and stuff, Bill. You know, it's got a better processor,
No, I actually, I actually know.
memory, and
Believe it or not, I actually know what you're talking about. Believe it or not,
Yeah,
because I kind of got into it and was doing a lot of
where,
research.
you know, the bigger ones, we have F7s now. I don't think there's anything higher than that right yet, which in a sense, the F7 is still too advanced for the copter right now, but it gives you room for later, you know?
Well, these are fours.
Fours?
Both of these.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah, she had the very first tiny, so
Yeah.
where it would drift a little bit, you know, so you'd always
Yeah,
have to like
was
trim it out.
drifting a little.
You'd always have to trim it.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out with that. And then like I said, I went to one battery, and then I was actually able to float around the living room without smashing into things for at least a few seconds at a time. And I did notice I'm getting a little wobble now, you know, and I think it's that motor that I replaced. So I gotta tune that up, you know. And I just realized I have to reinstall everything on this PC because it's a new PC and I don't have my software. But oh well. But anyway, yes, I will bring that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's an Attitude 5, by the way.
Okay.
The goggles.
Attitude 5. Okay.
Mhm. I bought them from Robinson. He sold them to me. Those and the controller.
50 bucks?
$50
Yeah, I hope you didn't pay more than $50.
for the goggles.
For both. Together.
Don't you know how to wheel a deal, Bill? Max offers
Actually-
everybody $50 for
Actually,
everything.
funny thing you should say that. He sold me the controller was $50, which I thought was a
Okay.
pretty good deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
no, that's
a good
good.
deal.
Yeah, yep.
yeah, and the goggles were $100.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah,
You didn't get ripped off or nothing. You
no, I
know?
know. No, I looked them up.
Like the Attitude 5s are, like I would say, a year plus old, but nothing over 2 years old. So
No, it's about a year and a half. It's closing in on 2. It's about a year and a half. I looked into that. They're I mean, they're fine. And but to be able to hook them up to my PC was kind of convoluted. But I figured it out. Got it to work. I'm getting some banding, you know, in the video, but because I was going to play around with the software, you know, with software, you know, and try to learn to fly virtually. But I figured out how to do it, which is the interesting part for me, and then never did it. So I'll bring this stuff, and
Okay.
that's your mission is to show me how to fly it.
okay. So I'm gonna tell you right now, sand sucks for motors too.
What does?
Sand.
Man.
Yeah. It's horrible. So long, like really with anything, you need to like turn it off. Like if you hit something, you need to like obviously disarm, especially with sand, because you won't hurt the motors. And then you could pull the motor apart, take the bell off, clean it off real quick.
Right.
Once you ruin the magnets and you let it sit there and grind in the sand, obviously your motor's shot. You know, but if you if you crash in the sand, but you disarm before like the motor starts sucking it up, you're okay. I've learned my lesson.
Well, they're not expensive, you know, these drones, so I'm not all that worried about it.
Pain in the ass factor of fixing it.
It's not like crashing in air too.
Sand everywhere in Florida.
Yeah.
It's all the thing.
You know, sand does have its, you know, sand sucks in a lot of places.
That's true.
Sand sucks.
Yeah, sand sucks.
It'll be
Yeah,
in the hashtag after Florida. Sand sucks.
So does second degree burns. I think my leg is really starting to swell up right now. I nearly set myself on fire today.
I've had second degree burns. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they really are. They're just blistered up, you know.
That's second degree, man. Yep.
Ah. This
What,
is
from the sun?
a giant second degree burn right here. See this big blister? Huh?
From the sun?
Oh, from his.
No, it's from stupidity. It's from wanting to see the reason the oil was so thin coming out of that motor was because it was gasoline or did water get in it? So I lit it.
This sounds
I
like
lit
the beginning of a bad story.
Yeah, I lit it up.
She missed it.
I missed the story.
I lit it
She was
up. And
taking a shower.
then I spilled it, and I had shorts on, and I got, you know, I don't know. I get stupid sometimes. You know what's funny? Right 5 feet away, I had metal trash can lid. I could have just instead of doing what I did, which if you had seen it, you would probably think I'm too stupid to be friends with. don't, don't let him in the house.
But a monkey can fly a DJI drone.
Oh,
No, I'm smart enough for that.
A monkey would say no to gas.
I turn it on, and it goes pretty music.
Smells
and then it
too
goes
bad.
in
I'm
the
not
air,
messing with
and then
it.
it stays there and does nothing. It just waits. So patient, like a lover. I love my drones. I do, and I would like to enjoy that. But to me, and you guys, you may get it. You turn it into a sport. I mean, you can race them, you can dive, you can do whatever you want with them, to a point, and that's really awesome. I don't know that I would ever get to that point. Maybe, I don't know.
But you
But
could dive a
right
DJI
now, to
drone.
me, it's just kind of a fun game, that I don't have time for.
yeah.
But in a sense, you can make a diving video with a DJI drone, a self-leveling drone. All you have to do is just hold down. You have to just line up,
In
put the
gimbal, yeah.
in the gimbal, and just go down. And then you can reverse it.
No, I know.
You can't get that sweep. But I mean, maybe with editing and
I know what you're saying, and you could do all that, and you actually can put it on FPV, and so you actually get a little
get a
tilt
little
in there.
roll in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, a little roll. But I know how to do all that, and I can do all that. I don't. I just put my drone up when I have time, and I fly, and I try to get some pretty pictures. Look at something. I just have fun with it. You know what I mean? I do, and I'm sure I would have fun with that too. I just got to find a time. You know what I mean? Just got to find it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Max,
I spent the time to change all the fluids on my bike. I got a new sheepskin cover for it. I'm dying to try out on a long distance trip. The Harley I'm talking about. That's my other hobby. And,
Yeah, we just changed our fluids too.
did you? It's a pain in the ass getting around. It just is.
I don't.
Oh, I missed it. I
Yeah.
have 3 fluids. How many you got? Oh, I'm glad you got it.
So, when you
nice-
get
nice-
down there on the weekend, Max,
it's
your
nice to be
dance
well
card's going to be
lubricated.
full trying to teach everybody how to fly FPV.
Yep.
Everybody, your brother's asking you, here, show me this, teach me that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Anybody that wants to learn, I'm down to be in the goggles with you. In a sense, I'll bring my drone up first and explain somewhat what I feel through my fingers, because everything is just in my head now. What I want to do, and it's just my fingers move with my brain now. So, because I've just had so much time behind the goggles and on the sticks.
Yeah.
Just like with anything, whatever you do for work, if you have a lot of time doing what you do, you become a pro.
Yeah, that's right.
Not saying I'm a pro. I still consider myself, I don't know.
The only reason you're not a
Amateur.
pro is because you're not making money on it. That's the only thing.
Do you guys ride? Do
No.
you have a bike? Do you have a motorcycle? Do you ride?
Used to. I got
Right.
hurt pretty bad, so
No, you used to. Okay, so it's like that.
yeah. But I'm not scared of them. I want another one.
When you first were learning to ride a motorcycle, you were thinking about it. You were thinking about leaning, turning. Then after you ride a bike for a little while, it's just natural. You.
Oh yeah, yeah.
know.
Just everything just flows. You ain't got to think about it no more. It just happens.
How'd you get hurt?
Lady pulled out in front of me, slammed on the front brakes, and obviously too much brakes, and just all kinds of tank slapping. I wasn't going that fast either, 30, 40 miles an hour. Wasn't wearing no leather or nothing, just regular clothes. And the road rash was just crazy. I had like I said, tank slap. I think the bike flipped forward, and I just skipped on the road for I don't even know how long. It just felt forever. Just flipping, and I tried to stick my arms out to stop me, but my brain said no, because you're just gonna snap everything. But then I just remember skidding on the road, and I was, oh no, and my whole arm was gone, but everything healed nice. I'm pretty good at healing. So
You look great. I used
but
to.
this arm was all taken away, and it looks still good. It looks just like the other one.
Yeah, well, it's fresh.
Crashed.
It's younger. It's younger. This armor is much
Only a
younger
couple years
than
old.
this one.
The other one.
This one's not old enough to, I used to leather up, but it's hard to do in Florida. It's just,
Yeah.
it's I don't
Yeah,
even wear
it's
a
hot.
helmet. It's just it's so freaking hot. I've actually gotten to the point where I only put the helmet on when I go on the highway, which is funny because if I crack up on the highway, it's not going to matter what I'm wearing, to be honest with you.
I've always worn a helmet. Helmet's key.
People rarely crash on the highway on the motorcycles. It's more around town, like what you said, some yo-ho pulling out.
Not in Florida. Retarded people in Florida. They go from 70 to 0 and then back to 70 within 3 seconds. It's like, what is everybody doing?
Oh, and
It's
that's another
crazy.
thing. It depends what you're. I ride that big old touring bike, and I ride it like an old man. I'm not racing around.
Mhm.
Not that I
Yeah,
don't go fast. I'll go fast.
Yeah,
on the highway.
I'm more of a crotch rocket guy. I've had a
Yeah.
Harley too, but
Well, Harley made their. They did it the V Rod, and they'll make the faster ones too. But this
Oh, yeah.
this Ultra Classic is just sitting back and cruising and relaxing, and
yeah, I had an electric glide.
lots of same series, but
Yeah.
lots of distance between me and people in front of me because I've had.
But
That's
what about
another-
those people behind you?
Yeah, I know.
Those
You know what I'm saying?
bad,
And
you
you're right.
know?
What
Just-
the nice
crazy,
thing about
man.
it is there's more lights on it. They can't say that they didn't see you because there's way more lights on the back of that bike than there is on a car.
Oh yeah,
They didn't see you. They didn't see you. They were looking at their phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
They never see anybody.
Well, they blame the motorcycle. Oh, you don't even see them. Well, that thing is lit up like a Christmas tree back there. And I even added lights. My father's idea. He bought me these flashing LED that like you put on ambulances. And there's two of them back there. So when the brake is on, they're like, bleep, bleep, bleep,
Yeah, when the
bleep, bleep,
brake, flashes, yeah.
yeah,
My,
but they're not legal technically because they're supposed to stop after 4 seconds. Mine just stay on. So I just get off the brake. I don't sit at the light with the brake on. But
Okay.
because they're effing bright. That's what he said. He goes, you could see these things from 2 miles away. So what are you trying to warn? A low flying airplane? When I'm backing it on my driveway at night, I'll roll it out of the driveway backwards, and the neighbor's house is lighting up. So yeah, but that excuse that you didn't see a 900-pound bike with lights I got a tree on the front and everything, and it lights all over the place. They're full of crap, But knock on wood, no accidents yet. No, nothing. No real ones.
Isn't that metal? Titanium, no?
Not yet. Not
Aluminum?
yet. Maybe someday.
Your leg shakes and you're next to the microwave? All right, we're off the bed, brothers.
All
Well,
right,
I do appreciate the two of you coming in. That was great. And I'll take you up on it, but I won't monopolize your time because I know you want to come down here.
No. I'm good, man. I fly enough, I'm down to help. So
There'll be other people
I'll be hanging out.
that need
And then
help.
at the end of the day, there's going to be an airplane, so everybody should be ready.
Did you say you're bringing a helicopter?
Helicopter too, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely airplanes.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I used to do planes, I did RC planes back in late 70s, like 78, 79.
Okay.
And
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I figured that.
Sorry.
That I had a Futaba 6-channel rig, which was hot shit back then.
Mhm.
And that was a newer company.
Yeah, I had a Futaba when I started. Yeah.
And I really thought it was cool. And I gave it up because I needed a car. Because I was a kid. It's not that I'm not that old. 79, I was 18. And I sold it and bought my Mustang. So I sold the rig, sold the plane, sold.
I was just born.
Huh?
I was just born.
You were just born. Where were you? So who's your mother? You're from New York.
All right.
I mean, you never know.
We're out of here.
Okay.
All right, peace, brother.
See you, kids.
All right, later, guys.
Have a good night.
Click.
What a nice naked couple.
They don't get much better.
No, they don't. They're good people. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got to meet them in person at Ray Kelly's secret spot. And
Oh, what really? That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
And they're naked a lot though.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Really?
No.
What? Now you got a problem with it?
Oh, trust me. I'm an exhibitionist. Clearly. I sure tell. Yeah.
Clearly. It was very clearly in that video. Oh. That'd be cool to get pointers from him. He really could fly. Like I said, he was there. He was flying that thing and ripping it like crazy.
Absolutely.
But I'll have to get the software set up on my laptop because maybe you can tweak. Who's going to sleep? Fly Zone Jones saying good night. Let's see what's going on in the audience here. Audience. Camera bird person. Rick and Morty, bird person. You don't know what that is. With 2.5 PV, you will never feel like a bird. I don't know. I kind of feel like a bird. Depends what kind of bird. I feel like an ostrich. You guys, UFPV guys, stop looking down your nose.
Which reminds me, would you rather be ostrich-sized or ostracized?
What a great play on words. I just Max is secretly Wolverine. Oh, okay. That sounds like a sexual thing. I'm gonna move on. We got rolling into permanent nerve damage. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, I did lay the bike down once, but I mean, literally laid it down. Got it to stop. Couldn't keep it from laying down. So it didn't slide. It didn't anything. Didn't even damage it. And that's I won't get into that story. That was pissed. That pissed me off. So in Florida, it can spritz like a spritzer. It could spritz rain, and at night you don't know the road's even wet because it's not raining out. It's nice clear night. La 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 la. And then there was like a quarter mile of wet road out of them in the middle of nowhere. And there's no inspections down there. You got a lot of shitheads with leaky cars. So you got to not use the center of the road as much as possible because it's got slicks. And I could not stop that bike for the life of me. Barely tapping the brakes, trying to slow down using the motor. The back end kept coming out. It's like, son of a... And I finally got to the light, and I was going to end up in the middle, almost in the middle of the intersection, not quite. It's like, oh, shit. And people here are assholes. That light changes, and boom, they're gone. So I gently put it down. And I'm pretty good at getting that bike up, 900-pound bike. I won't tell you why, but I'm pretty good. I mean, I saw a video on it. But I know how to pick it up pretty quick. But the funny thing is, when at that intersection, catty corner, heading in the other direction, who stopped at the light over there? The local police, right there. Watch me put the bike down. So he puts his lights on, pulls in the middle of the intersection. So now I've stopped traffic, and I popped the kickstand down, picked it up. You walk it up backwards. Bike that you don't pick them up. Walked it up backwards. Boom. And he came over, he says, "You okay?" I did not want the gentleman to smell the fact that I had 2 beers before I left work. And literally 2 beers. But you could smell it. That's all I needed,
Yeah.
I picked the bike up. Especially, I still had my commercial license at the time. And it's a much lower. I wasn't using it commercially, but if you have one, you have a much lower, I think it's 0.04. I don't know. It's really low. So anyway, I picked it up, and he could tell I was fine. And he said, "You okay?" "Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure you're okay." And he just held everybody up until I got on my bike and left. But I was a bit concerned. But that's the only time I ever did that.
Yep.
Yep. I put different tires on after that. I didn't like those tires. Mm. All right.
Gary joined us. Hi, Gary.
Oh, hi, Gary. Hey, oh, and David. David's here. Easy, John, dude.
Easy.
His name's David.
David.
Right. He's talking to Mike about penetration. Let me see. You came to the right channel.
He was looking for garden tractor repair tips. That was the first episode.
I
That
got
was
all
the
kinds of
first
tips on fixing things. We could talk about boat motors, small ones. Actually, I've worked on different size ones, but I presently have a 15 horse Johnson. You want to hear me about working on my Johnson?
Is it X-rated? Because I got a Johnson.
It's got a rusty tiller.
That's what she said.
I know. No, I just got a little 15 horse Johnson on my little boat there. And here's the thing: we're going to go on the fishing trip at the meetup here at Jensen Beach Causeway Park in Jensen Beach this weekend, this Saturday. Anyway, but Monday we're going to go on the Lady Stewart. In fact, the Lady Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to drag this out. I'm doing a really terrible job. There it is. The Lady Stewart on Monday. And there's about you have a 50 horse. America hasn't seen water since 2019. That seems less than optimal. Anyway, see there?
Yeah.
We're going to do that Monday morning. We're going to get there around 7. Boat leaves at 8. However, I've seen some reports of possible thunderstorms. If there's any lightning in the area, that boat will not go out. So if that happens, maybe we'll just go to. We're doing a little video tour around the world here. Let me see. Maybe.
What's in store if there's bad weather?
Well, we can go fishing. I mean, we could do a lot of things. We can go to a strip club. Although I don't know where they are. I really don't. Isn't it sad? Let me see. We could go here, which is the North Fork of the St. Lucie River, which is where I take my boat. And lightning or not, I will still put my aluminum boat on the water because for the same reason I've got second-degree burns on my shin because I'm an idiot. But we don't have to do that. Let's see, because there's all kinds of.
Yeah, you're not forking around, are you?
Nah. Speaking of the forks, you right here.
Yeah.
You go over here, over there, over this way,
to the right,
to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, left, right. Actually, it's behind us. There's places to fish off of a beautiful. They spend a lot of money. It's like I bet you it's a 1.5 mile long fishing dock. And let's see where we are. Oh, we're way upstream of that. Let's see. Does this video take us there? Okay, I think we're getting there. Yeah, see right here? There's a park here, plenty of parking. And right here, there's a path that goes through this park. One of my videos has all this on here. And we could fly off our drones off of here, which I did do. And we can fish all along this. It's like a boardwalk, which is pretty nice.
Scott wants to know, is that salt water or is that fresh water there?
Neither. It's molasses. It's brackish water, so it's considered salt water. And yeah, guys from out of town are going to have to get a license. But if you're just fishing from the shore, a Florida resident pays nothing. You still have to get the license, but it's free for shore casting. If you're going to get in the boat and fish, you have to buy the license, but it's not particularly expensive. I forget. I bought it. Actually, it was pretty cool. They have instead of, I printed it out because I did it all online, and you guys can do this all online before you get here, if you want to. But it's going to be more expensive for an out of state. You get like a 3-day license. What we could do is remove this. Well, they have an app, which is pretty cool because you can actually just show your license from your phone.
That's handy.
Yeah. It's like anything else. I started telling the story about how I changed the fluids, and then they kind of broke up the conversation with the fact that they changed their fluids.
Yes.
I think they meant they exchanged fluids.
Yes.
I think that's what they were saying. That's my guess. Exchanged. I changed my fluids. But I did all that. I fixed something. I forget. I put the sheepskin on there. But I haven't ridden the bike since. That was like 2 months ago. Because I just don't have time. There's always something.
Yes, you are dabbling in everything. Computers.
It is a well-lubed machine. Yeah.
Drones.
Hey, Curtis, how you doing? Good to see you. See all the water we have down here? Bring your Curtis, are you coming?
Bring your water wings.
I think he's too busy. Max, I wasn't talking to you. Curtis, you coming? to the meetup? I mean, I know you're busy. He's a busy guy. And he lives a long ways away.
Yep. It's finally here. A year in the planning. Next weekend.
I'm out of whiskey, and there's still a half hour left in National Whiskey Day. Now what do I do?
Well, I saw some iced tea there. You could pretend.
I know. I said you're a long ways away. Pacific Northwest you can't get any further besides possibly being in Alaska from the Atlantic Southeast, which is where we are.
Yep.
What are they talking about? Are they talking dirty and stuff?
I don't know. Chris was here, that he wasn't. Now he really is here. Only that's a here, not here.
They're getting way too deep for me.
No.
They are. What else do I got? Let's see.
You throw the link out there. See who else wants. See what other naked person wants to join us. You don't have to be naked, but
you know where this is?
Yeah.
This is Jensen Beach, Causeway Park, where we will be. Now, this area, I mean, this is how big this park is. I mean, this is not where we're going to be. We're going to be to the left, to the left, to the left, right, left. Look, you can FPV that little playground there, which is pretty cool. This is the Causeway, thus the name of the park, for all of you not paying attention. Okay. That is the Atlantic Ocean. This is the Intercoastal Waterway. But that's how close we are. If you follow this road straight till you get to there, that is Jensen Sea Turtle Beach. And it's a beach. And it's going to be hot, so you can swim, which is cool. And the sea turtles are nesting. You may actually see some sea turtles. And this is Hutchison Island. This is our tip of it down here.
Will the sea turtles bite your toes?
Is that something you'd like?
No, I'm not paying $200 for that.
No, I wanted him to try to hatch it. But anyway, that's where we're going to be. Great place to fly.
Night, night, Chris.
This is where we're going to be. Is this area here? Great big facility here with restrooms, covered areas here. Can you see me? Can you see my mouse when I do this?
No.
Oh, you see, because I'm actually sharing the video directly,
Yeah.
so you don't see my mouse. Since
No.
I'm not sharing my screen.
I don't want to see your rod either.
Okay, well then I better stop this video.
No mouse, no rat. And Gary's going night, night too.
Well, it's all good, guys, because like I said, in about 35, 40 minutes, I'm going to run out of live stream anyway. But it resets on the 28th. So,
28. That's tomorrow. That's
I
at
know.
midnight.
I know. Oh,
So it can continue.
I didn't even think of that. You're right. I should check that. But it does say I reset it to 28. So, no, that's not happening. Midnight.
That would be funny.
You're the most boring live guest anyway. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's Chris. Chris is not boring. He's a swell fella.
I know.
You don't have restrooms up here? You have the woods. Okay. So when was the last time you used toilet paper? Hi. I mean, that makes me concerned. You're not getting in my car. You're down for what, Chris? Going to the bathroom in the woods? It's not a lot of fun. I did that. I've done that, of course, many times in my life. I'll tell you what sucks.
DJI?
Going to my dad's, my stepfather, it means I have to run. I generally either go up 95 or go up the turnpike. Well, this particular day I was going up the turnpike. And I was having a little gastric distress. So I thought I emptied myself out. I thought it was okay. Now I'm in between rest stops. I mean, I know I'm not going to make it. I literally know that I'm not going to make it because it's liquid. You could tell it's liquid. So great story, I know. So I pull the car over, and this foliage. So I have to and this is what's torture. Is first of all I had paper towels in the back of the car. So that's what I used. I had a roll of paper towels, right? So I grabbed those, and I run towards the hedge line, and I'm kind of fighting my way into it. And I want to go down far enough so you can't see from the road like anybody gives a rat's ass at 70 miles an hour passing by. But I got this in my mind that I'm going to get caught, and I'm going to have my pants down while some officers tell me to put my pants up. Try not to shit in the back of my shoes. And so I go down, and now I'm actually below because it actually drops off, but I could see what looks like a swamp. I can actually smell the cabbage plants, you know what I mean? And they're floating on the top of the water,
Floaters?
Well,
lily pads.
No, they look like cabbage. Anyway, as I'm doing my thing, hunched down, trying not to into my shoes, I realized I went down too far, and my right foot is sinking in up to like halfway up my calf. I was this close to rolling backwards in my own filth and mud and swamp, and it was just horrifying. I ended up taking my shoes off and my socks, and had a dry. But you know what, though? I didn't poop in my shoes.
I had mud and crap and who knows what in my shoes, but it wasn't my crap. It all worked out.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Well, that was
it
close.
was a nightmare. You had to be there. Although I'm glad you weren't, because you probably never look at me the same, and I would never look at you the same. Oh, God, help me up, Chris. Help me. No, not by. No, let go.
Here, hold this. Help me up.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Give me your hand. I'm slipping. Yeah, I've got some shitty shit stories too. But,
Yeah, you've probably done the same thing, right?
well, no.
So, if I had rolled backwards in my own filth, I would have been, I would have been naked, get into my car, because there's no way I'm sitting in my seats. You know what I mean? I would have thrown my clothes away. Didn't any officer be stopping me? You're driving and you're nude. No, I got underpants on, because they probably would have been okay.
Oh, God. You want to hear my horrible story?
Is it shitty?
Yes, quite.
Sure.
And I'm going to preface this story by saying I am an asshole.
A what?
Asshole.
An asshole.
Yeah. We were at a bush party one Friday night.
Celebrating the life and times of George W. Bush?
No, we
Oh.
didn't know about him back then, but it was a bush party nonetheless. And there were a couple of buddies. And I was drinking rye and orange juice. And the rye just wasn't sitting well with me, and I was having that gastrointestinal distress as well. But being a bush party, we were away from the big campfire where everybody was, but we were running amok where everybody parked their cars. And I'm looking around, and there's one car that wasn't locked. And so, like, there was nowhere to go. The only where to hide was in the car. This little Chevette. I'm in the driver's side. I pull my pants down in the driver's seat. And away it comes. And it's just building a nice little mound. And I'm trying to hold myself up there, not to sit in it. So now I've got the problem. What am I doing? I'm looking around. Well, there's cardboard over there. So I use cardboard. And then as I finish and pull up my drawers and saunter out of the passengers or the driver's seat and close the door, my buddies are there. The old pen flashlight checking out the mound in there. And I was one of those you have to be there, but laughed. Did we laugh? And then
Why did you shit in somebody's car? Why didn't you just shit?
I told you I was an asshole.
Clearly. You couldn't, if you couldn't just open the door and shit behind it. You had to. I mean, I've done that.
Well, no. People were walking by, but when you're sitting in the car, nobody would think anything's wrong. Anyway,
Bob Casey in the chat with the TMI comment. Hi, Bob. How you doing?
Yeah, TMI. Anyway, it ended up being a little girl who was driving that. Fortunately, she was from another school.
Oh, then it's okay.
Yeah, it was. That was the only thing.
What did you say? It was a Chevette?
A little Chevy Chevette, yeah.
Oh, it deserves to have a dump taken in it then.
Yeah.
No, you're ruining my impression of Canadians. I know. Who would have thought that they take shits?
Who would ever thought I was an asshole?
Well, that's not what he's saying. Believe me.
It's not a black eye. You can't see. Just
what is that? You do kind of look dark there.
I know it's age spot. I just got. I'm just an ugly guy. That's why I wear makeup all the fucking time.
Oh, you wear makeup?
Uncle Extra Media makeup.
Oh, is that you?
The secret's out.
It's alter ego. And when he's not wearing clown makeup, he's shitting in Chevy Chevettes. I just wow.
I know.
I've never,
Now you think of me different.
You're the
Like,
champ. I've never done anything so assholish in my life. You're the champ.
yeah.
I don't think. If I did anything worse than that, my mind probably intentionally forgot it.
Yeah, well, just add alcohol, instant asshole. I've calmed down a little bit because, like, that was like teenage years, eh? That was 40 years ago. Holy Christ!
You did
That-
it. You did the A. You said A. You did the Canadian A.
Of course, I don't.
I've never heard you do that before.
I don't deny the fact that I do that, eh? Yeah, it slips out every now and then.
So we're not talking about the Mini 3 anymore.
That's the first time you brought it up.
No, somebody brought it up in the chat earlier. I guess nobody's talking about the Mini 3 anymore. No, I'm not, and I'm not going to talk about it. You know when I'll talk about it? When somebody actually has one. When it actually exists. You know, they showed that video and they showed the frame, and that could all be fake.
Hogwash.
I don't know. I don't know if it's fake or not. I don't care how good. If it's a 2-axis gimbal, I don't want it. I don't want it. I think one should take into consideration the victim's culpability in this. Perhaps he deserved to get crapped on.
No, she was a nice girl.
Was she?
Yeah. I knew of her. I didn't know her.
Was that the first time she'd been shit on like that? Did she not know it was in there and get in her car and sit in it?
Well, I imagine as soon as you open up the door, you'd sure as hell know something was going wrong.
Well, it depends. You know, I mean, you shit ice cream, don't you? Yeah. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Harley FPV is in the room. Let's see. You left a troll comment on my latest video. How am I supposed to react?
I think he's talking about
There's a private conversation going on here. Let me see.
yeah, talking about me, Chris giving me a black eye.
Oh, now I get it. Bad Canadian. That's too funny. Why'd you pick the driver's seat? Why didn't you get in the back?
Well, hindsight being 20.
There's probably shit back there already. I mean, you made it impossible for her to drive the friggin' car. I mean,
exactly.
You just took it to this level. Holy crap.
And I'm going to stop at that one because there's others. There's other stories.
Are there?
Oh, I was just a bad bastard when I was
Are
younger.
there?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear them.
No.
Let's hear them.
Oh God. Yes. Yes, there is.
The driver's seat is the most likely seat to get sat in. Well, yeah. I mean, you really don't go anywhere unless you do.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Oh shit. You know, there was something I wanted to show you guys, and now it's gone. I can't think of it. It's not this. You know, I wasn't going to show you my. Ed's a freaking genius. He is. Hey, do me a favor. Remind me that when I do so close to my microphone, it's annoying as hell. Because when I watch my videos back, because I'm a weirdo and sometimes I watch my own videos, my own live streams, I annoy myself with the sound of this vape over this microphone. You got to remind me that I'm doing that.
Don't do that.
Thank you.
Don't shit in Chevy Chevettes.
That could be their advertising campaign. When you truly, absolutely have to take a dump. Chevette. It's the only 55-mile-an-hour outhouse you'll ever find.
I'm fucking dying here. What is this? I can't remember.
No, you don't. I've watched some scary movies and stuff where, and I've actually checked my back seat, afterwards, nobody back there. But I never checked the driver's seat to make sure that Jim Beauchard didn't take a giant Beauchard. We're gonna call that taking a Beauchard.
Oh, I'm dying here.
Well, the old Chevettes, they would run forever. Not very fast, or comfortable or smooth, but they'd run. They were bulletproof. They would run and run and run. They'd run until they rusted to pieces.
Yeah, they were a rust bucket, all right.
Yeah, but they would run.
Shit vet.
No, back in the day, you had $100, you could have a car.
My first car cost me $200.
Wow, so you're much older than me.
1979.
Actually, that's when I bought my first car. I didn't get my first car until I was 18, and that was 1979, and it was a 68 Mustang because I'm cooler than you are.
Yes, you were.
Definitely were. But now,
mine was a 65 Valiant, and
that's pretty cool.
Front
Nothing wrong with that.
Sure, it was a tank. It was so rusted out. They had used corrugated sheet metal aluminum over the front, riveted to cover up the rust.
I would corrugated.
Yes.
We would do stupid shit like that back then. I thought I had the picture of my car. I used to. It's not here anymore. I was going to change my background. Oh, well. It's on my Facebook page. Oh, shit. Too funny. This is the coolest thing I have now, so there we go.
Yeah, it's way cooler than mine. No, it wasn't a push-button transmission. Was a 64.
74?
64.
No, I'm reading Mike.
Oh.
Sweet. My first car was my 68 Mustang, and I bought it in 79 for $500. It didn't have the 289, though. It had the 200 straight six with a three speed. So right off the bat, I had to learn how to drive a clutch. But then my second car was a 67 Mustang with the 289 and an automatic. It's too bad. If I could have had the shift with the 289 would have been better. But God, the thing was quick. So dumb. Such a dumb automobile. So dumb. I'd love to have one right now.
I learned how to drive a standard with 3 on the tree. The Chevy short box pickup truck.
I drove 3 on the tree in a 79 F79 81. I know it was an F-150, but that wasn't really mine. It was a loaner because they were working on my car, and it took forever to fix it. I had that loaner for like 3 months.
A loaner for 3 months.
Yeah, well, you know what? The guy that owned the garage, we had a friendship. It was a local garage. He was a good guy, and there was no hurry to get the truck back, and I liked it, so I didn't care. Dodge ran through the tree. Yeah, it was funny. That was back when I was into CB. I had a 148 GTL opened up
to swing on sideband. I don't know if you know what that means. Probably not.
Yeah, my
And
dad was in the CBs.
you were into it, yeah. And your dad? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I had that, and so I put that in the truck, but I was running a 300 watt linear, so I was pushing 300 watts, and my antenna was a quarter stick, 102-inch whip, stainless steel whip on the bumper in there. Whip, cool whip, cool whip. I had 102-inch stainless steel whip on the back, running at 300 watts, and which worked okay, except those things were very inefficient back then, and 300 watts meant 30 amps. And between, trying to run the car, that truck only had a 35 amp alternator on it. Right? It's 300 tree, nothing in it, no AC. So when I was at night with the headlights on, and especially with say you had the heater motor going.
Yeah.
Yes, we did use heat in Pennsylvania. If I keyed up on that microphone, the truck would stall. So if anybody saw me, because I had this habit, I worked at a truck stop just north of Allentown. It was called it was the Trexler truck stop. That was in Trexlertown. Anyway, nobody's going to know where that is, but that's I would make this 60-mile run back and forth to go to work. So I'd be bored in the vehicle, and I didn't have a cell phone. So I was on the CB, and I would so I got to know people on the way down and people on the way back, like these different groups of people.
Yeah.
But I was killing them. I'd key up and I'd just step on everybody, But why bring that story up? I was dangerous with that thing. I used to burn up things. If I was I was managing truck stops at the time. I'd be sitting in a parking lot, right? And I knew if I keyed up in the parking lot, it would come over the PA system inside the truck stop. So we had this ancient old lady working the register in there. Her name was Fern. That should give you an idea how old she was. Fern. Yeah. So Fern is at the desk, right? Fern, I'm coming for you. Fern. This is coming over the PA, and I could see her. She doesn't know I'm out there. We could see her through the window. Too funny. No, I didn't visit pickle parks. Thank you, Mike. No, thank you. Did not. In fact, part of my job was chasing lot lizards out of the parking lot at the truck stop. That was always fun and dangerous. Oh, Fern. I was driving home one day in that truck, and again, no cell phone. I did have a cell phone, eventually a bag phone, 2-watt bag phone. Actually came in a bag. Motorola took it out of the bag. Had a big old battery in there. Had an antenna that you put on the roof of the car. Yeah. But before that, and actually I bought that from my ex because we lived in the country. I wanted to have a cell phone when it became available. And that only cost me like a ridiculous amount of money. If you went past your 50 minutes talk time, you started paying by the minute. Easily $300 phone bill, whatever. So anyway, I was coming back, and I wanted to give her a call. So halfway on when I got off of Route 100, I go on Route 309. I don't know if anybody knows anything about Pennsylvania, but right where 100 meets with 309, there was a gas station there, and they actually had a payphone that I think intentionally was high up in the pole so that you could pull over to it with your vehicle and make a call. So I was making a call on this thing in my truck. This is when I had my truck back. I had a truck later, and I'm talking to her, and I heard one of the guys key up from Allentown on the radio. I said, "Hold on a second, hey!" And I keyed my 300-watt linear driven mic up while I was on the phone. You know what happened to this phone, right? I blew the phone right the hell up. It was scared the crap out. But yeah,
I miss that setup. I used to be able to skip land to Texas from Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Usually went south. That year, all depends on the year and the sunspots and the conditions and like that. But I used to skip to Texas all the time. Sometimes it would go to the northwest and I hit Michigan, and every once in a while go overseas.
Yeah.
And I'd hit go in the other direction. I would hit Ireland a couple times, England once. So
Yeah.
yep. It all depends. And actually in better conditions, better sunspot conditions every 7 years, you probably hit England all the time, especially with that kind of power.
Yeah. I remember my dad telling me he's having conversations with some people, down in Mexico, all over the place. It was weird. We got YouTube now. They had CB radios back then.
Melted a hole in your piston. Yeah, that would happen. I was a Ford guy. Still am. Even though I got 2 Hyundais in my driveway.
Yeah.
Tell you what I like. I know it's not really a truck, but the Maverick that just came out, 40 miles an hour, 40 miles a gallon in the city, that hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a nice little pickup truck.
I
It's
filled
really
up
high ratings.
filled up this past week. I've got a 50-liter tank. Cost me $85. I had about 6 or 7 drops left to go, but I've never put $85 in it. It was crazy.
I have no idea how much it would cost you to ship that laptop to me, Mike. I have no idea. I don't know. Pick the cheapest, slowest possible way. You don't need it because you bought a new laptop anyway. I'll pay for the return ship because I love you. Would have been a lot easier if you had just brought it with you, but you're not coming, so. But I'm more than happy to look at it. I'll fix it for you. I don't know. That's the funny thing. I very rarely ship things. I do once in a while. Typically, my wife does it for me when I need something shipped. But it varies drastically depending on who you use. Who's the cheapest? USPS. Postal Service, cheapest. Still the cheapest, as far as I know. Pony Express. Get here in like a month.
Shanks Pony.
But like I said, you don't necessarily need it. So I mean, I'll clean it out. It'll be fresh install. Frankly, what I'll do if I do that, you guys already have a digital license on that because you upgraded from 8 to 10. So all you got to do is log into that new one with your Microsoft account, and it'll just automatically authorize. And I've experimented with that. It works just fine. You just go into the settings and go change license. And anyway, it'll work. It will work. That's the one negative to these here. The Dell, I think, might be just set up OEM. The other one here is set up to someone else's Microsoft account, so it's got a digital license. So if you just log in as a local user, it's not going to affect you. But if you want, you can. I don't know. You guys can do whatever you want with it. Yeah. So, well, I want to see, as long as it's this late, I should only have 12 minutes left. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. It's after midnight. Let me check my account.
and see if you're right, and see if it just re-upped me. My account billing resets March 28th. Well, it's March 28th, so I'm sure it just reset. I wanted to see, so it's not going to happen. I was just curious what would happen if you ran out of minutes. Would the stream just, just drop off, or would
Yeah.
warnings pop up? Shut up! You've used too much of your time. Get off.
10 cents a minute.
Although I'll tell you what's pretty cool though. A Restream. Are you familiar with that?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Restream.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm not a real YouTuber, you know.
All right. Well, here. I'll show it to you. Nope, that'd be StreamYard. Let's hear Restream. Okay.
Why don't you just tell us what movie you want to see? Ready to join?
Why is the camera working? Did my camera stop working in StreamYard? No.
No, you're still
I don't know. It's never done this before. It usually tells me that the camera is being used by something else.
Because it is.
I see the green screen is not quite as good with Restream.
And Chris is wondering, he can never tell if I'm being sarcastic or not. Chris?
He is.
Trust me, always consider me as being sarcastic.
Oh, that's not working. Huh. Blur background. Oh, it's literally blurring my green screen. Okay. Oh, look at that. I'm in an apartment.
Oh, that's a classy apartment you got.
I
There was
like that apartment.
Airbnb?
But look, they've got it set up just like StreamYard. I mean, it looks just like it now. They didn't have green screen capability before. Like I said, I had to use OBS.
Yeah.
Okay. Enter studio, just like, and there it is.
We're live.
We're live within live. So, I mean, it's nice and clear. I mean, you don't have but for free, you don't get a lot. You could change your little banners there. You can change your primary color. Yeah, you could do that. Let me see. You can't add a logo. Here, pay money. Okay. Oh, pay money. Can't do an overlay. And look, you know how StreamYard gives you a video? It actually allowed me to upload that video clip. Look, pay money. Does not give you that, unfortunately.
So to share a video, you got to pay money.
Yeah.
How many hours does this give you per month?
I think it's unlimited. It used to be unlimited. It does have chats. It does have captions. They used to give you more. This is watered down now. There was actually some really cool backgrounds and stuff. There's nothing here.
See, it's all just foreign to me because I'm learning.
So this is black. But they used to give you backgrounds. Like, see how there's no choices?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. There it is. It's got some neat stuff.
There it is. Oh.
It does have some video clips. Actually gives you more video clips. Streamer only gives you the one.
So what is that? Your countdown at the start of the show? Yeah, there you go. Is that a QR code?
You probably can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it's muting my microphone in Restream, not in
Yeah.
StreamYard. But look at all the backgrounds they give you.
Is that a QR code on the Restream screen?
I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. But look, it gives you a whole bunch of backgrounds. You can't pick your own. All right, so that's why I couldn't see any. And they're actually kind of cool. Wish I could make myself smaller. Shut up. Oh, new. Look at that. Oh, it's got like a heart on it. You want to see my heart on it?
Yeah.
This one's kind of cool. All right. So anyway, so it's got the backgrounds. You can't add your own. So that's the only thing that StreamYard has so far is it let me add my own. Look, it's got this silly shit.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that neat? You can do this. I don't even know what that is. We got this. Ooh, that's not great. Stand with Ukraine. All right, so it's got politics. And okay, so that's that. Captions, chat. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this works just fine. All right, let's actually pick something that it would want me to pay for. Upgrade now. All right. It's over $16 a month. You can have up to 10 online screen. It's just like StreamYard. Yeah, but what's the free give you? Ooh.
$250 a month.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to that.
Ought to be.
Oh, extreme. Basic. Okay. 6 online. Da, da, da. Streaming limits. What's streaming limits? It doesn't. What are the streaming limits? Now, they might be changing this, but I don't think they had a minimum. I mean, a maximum amount. Let's see.
Was that 1080 or 720 for the $16 a month?
720. 720. Got to go to the next one up to get to 1080, I think. I definitely know that's the first one is 720. Again, just like the lowest level of StreamYard is also 720. Create team. That's new. I haven't really been using it.
Analytics.
Anyway. So, and it works pretty good. That's enough of that.
Huh. Look at that.
Cheaper than StreamYard? Is it? 25? Hold on. $20. Mikey. Oh, it's 25 because you're paying by the month. That's the same thing with them. They were showing the rate if you pay by the year, Mike. They're showing, like this one is showing me $20 a month for StreamYard, but it's basing it on
paying for the entire year. Same thing. Restream does the exact same thing. Yeah, you got to change it to monthly. Now it's 25. They don't have those uber high-end business plans showing here. But even in seeing StreamYard, you don't get the 1080p till you go to $40 a month, which is $50 a month. Well, 49. Plus they probably tax you, but now I could do 1080p now. If I oh, I thought I was showing that to you guys. What a retard. Why'd you tell me, Jim?
You shut her down.
Damn it.
You were done with your research.
All right, you see it now?
Free, basic, 25 per month. Who's the lot lizard?
What? Where's there a lot lizard? What'd you
Right.
say?
In the green room.
Is there? Oh no. Should I bring it in?
I thought that was you.
No, it's definitely not me.
All right.
Let's see.
Hello.
Well, hello.
You know, for a lot lizard, you're not going to make a lot of money with that voice.
You sound a lot like
Sure I am, as long as the guys come pick me up. Do you remember? Does my voice sound familiar to you?
yeah. You want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? Oh, Chris got it. I was going to ask if anybody out there in the thing knew who I was.
Well, I thought it was you, Mike, but I the last time you were in, I don't think you used your bike as your image. You know,
No,
I know you.
used a picture of Sam Elliott, but I couldn't find it on this phone, so
Yeah.
oh well.
That's pretty funny because you never show your face. You are mysterious.
I'm contractually obligated not to share my likeness. So
What?
Talk about a copyright strike.
no,
Are
it's
you-
another thing I did. I made some instructional videos for some communications equipment, and anything that has to do with transmitters, receivers, amplifiers, preamps, multi-couplers, antennas, anything along those lines, I'm not supposed to share my likeness with.
So
But that doesn't have anything to do with my voice, according to the contract.
But that includes going on YouTube?
As long as the subject's not, along those lines, I can get on cam.
Okay.
So
I mean, what if you're talking about, taking a dump in a Chevy Vega?
that I could do.
Is that in the contract? Boy, these lawyers, they put a lot of effort into this contract.
Does my audio sound okay on this thing?
You sound
loud,
great.
loud and clear.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so
No, you sound perfect. You do.
I mean it. Also, I hate getting on cam with my phone because then for me to see y'all, I got to put on my glasses. So I'm sitting there the whole time squinting into my cam, and it's just anyway. Plus, I look like hell right now, so this will work. I wanted to see if we'd all get kicked out at the same time, so here I am.
Yeah, but we're not going to get kicked out because as of midnight, it rolled over.
Well, did he show you that it rolled over?
No, it didn't show me that, but it's 12:16 now, so we should have been kicked off by now.
Oh, okay.
Because I started at 10. Well, maybe was it 10 or a couple minutes?
2 minutes after.
I was gonna shut the stream down. Was it 10 or was it click? I think it was like a minute or two. Was it a minute or two afters? Maybe two,
Two after.
three, two or even if it was three, we are exactly at 2 hours and 14 minutes then. Now, why don't I just read the screen live? 2:15 right there. So no, we would have been shut off already. No,
I was actually going to come in earlier, just before Max, Sarah, and Tammy came in, but they came in. I said, "Oh, well, let's see what happens."
It's hard to upstage two naked young people.
That's true. I guess you didn't see my comments where I kept putting, I kept asking Tammy to adjust that picture that was crooked in the background. I think Jim saw it and he posted one of my comments.
Get up and get Max a beer. Oh. I've actually run out of things to say. You waited long enough.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm glad you're here. You're one of my most faithful,
regular, viewers. Yeah,
always count on you. Always count on you to show up.
Regular, average, everyday mother trucker.
Well, it sounds like you had an interesting career. What do you do now, Mike?
I'm semi-retired, but right now I'm subcontract labor for maintaining communications equipment for law enforcement in the area.
Very cool. And so, being as you're showing up here as Lot Lizard, when you say you're semi-retired, nobody else caught that but me. I'm retired from the semi.
I've shown up as a lot worse on a lot of streams. So
well, I know, but you're retired from the semis, so I get it.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you ever have a CDL?
No. Never driven a truck.
Yeah, I did that. Did a lot of things, not necessarily well. Done a lot of things in my life. So often you get to go on your bike, ride your bike. Semi-retired.
As often as I like. It's actually been 2 years since I've ridden my bike.
Yeah, you're worse than me.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to put another battery in it. I fired it up, moved it around a few times, but it's going to need a little bit of maintenance before I get it back out on the road. Maybe that'll happen this year. We'll see.
You're down here in Florida. You got to make sure your batteries are good. The hot weather is really rough on them. I get it. You know what? I like making sure they're made by Deka, DEKA. And so I go to Napa sells. Deka makes their batteries. So Napa batteries are pretty good. They hold up a long time.
I saw somebody put a battery in their motorcycle recently. Had a digital display on the top of it. I said, wow, things have really changed as far as motorcycle battery goes. I've never even seen that on a car.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that on a motorcycle is. I mean,
especially if it's under the seat.
I know, right? But that's where mine is, under that. This big old double seat here. So to get at that, that's a big pain in the ass. Well,
and the way I would slide mine in, because I had to pull the side cover off of that bike and slide it in. So there's no way I'd be able to see the top of the battery anyway.
No, mine, I gotta reach underneath that, and I'm gonna get a knob, but don't necessarily want to make it easy for somebody else. Right now, it's got a screw, but I got to get a stubby. In fact, I keep one in the pike and locked up in there, but I need a little stubby screwdriver to actually loosen that screw back there to lift that up past my backrest here and pull the tongue out, in the front to get at that. So it's not convenient. And before I got rid of them, though. See, this bike has straps.
you know, for the pillion for the rider in the back, and that
Right.
strap was bolted to the mount for the saddlebags. So that was, you know, all of that. So someone got a smart idea. They replaced one of those with a snap, so you could unsnap that. I don't know how good that is for somebody holding on, but you know what? You don't really need that with these things. I mean, it's got armrests and you know, and where
Yeah,
you
it's
where you
not
gonna
like they're gonna fall off.
no, where you gonna go? So what I ended up doing, I just got rid of the strap. You don't need it.
Yeah, the bike I had before was a Goldwing, and my old lady would ride with me on that everywhere. But she's scared to death she would fall off of this bike, and she's never ridden on the back of it. So I said, "You're not going to fall off. You just got to hold on to me. It's a."
That's it.
But I don't know.
My wife went on with me a couple of times and just lost interest. She doesn't even like it any. She doesn't like being on the back of the bike. It makes her feel unsafe. So she's just not into it.
Yeah.
Chris Hope is
not too long ago, my old lady wanted her own bike, and we actually went and looked at brand new scooters, and I almost got her one, but I don't know. And now she has no interest in it whatsoever.
Well, I have a little story for that, but before I do that, hey, Chris Hope, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Say hello to all of us.
Hey, Chris.
I had a scooter. I had a 50cc. It was a genuine roughhouse. It's actually a little, pretty nice little thing. It was fun, you know. I had the bike too, of course. Not this bike. I had a Suzuki Marauder, and she actually was taking an interest in it at the time. But she's only 5'1", my wife, and a little Filipino, and that scooter seat was 31 inches off the ground. It was too high for her, so she couldn't ride it, and she had no experience riding motorized bikes anyway. But the one day she just, I don't know where it came out of. She said, "You know, I think I could do it. I want to try it again. Let me get on it." It was running. It was sitting in the driveway running. I forget what I was doing. So I should have turned it off because it's a scooter. You know, what does she do? She gets on it and uses the throttle to steady herself and cranks the throttle. So scooters have CVT. So you know what happened? It took off.
Right.
And I tried, and I was like, "Oh my God," because she doesn't know how to ride. And I grabbed the back of the bike. There's it had a rack back there, and I was able to grab it, and the front wheel came up off the ground, and it flipped the bike in the air, and she went flat on her back in that driveway. I mean, like right there, this happened, and she got hurt her pretty good, and so now she won't go on bikes ever again. That was it. That just totally ruined it for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I still feel guilty about that because that hurt her. She was actually a little bit of pain for a while over that.
She won't ride with you anymore, or what?
She won't get on this. She won't get on anything. She won't ride on a bike anymore. Which is too bad. I haven't tried lately. I got her a nice pink helmet. I did. It's hanging up in the garage for nothing. But sooner or later, maybe I can talk into it again.
Bring her with you to the train meetup. You going to take the bike out there?
I was thinking about it. I mean, actually, for a minute, I had this crazy idea. I was going to bring my barbecue grill in the back of my trailer, maybe cook up some burgers for everybody. But you know what? I can't afford it. There's too many people. I mean, think about it. It's like 100 burgers, 25 pounds of burgers and buns, and it's a lot of money. So I was going to bring the Santa Fe with the trailer behind it. So now that I'm not doing that, maybe I'll bring the bike. Depends on the weather.
How far is the meetup from you?
15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I live in Port St. Lucie. Jensen Beach is the next. I drive through Jensen Beach on my way to work.
So are you going to come home every night, or are you actually staying at a hotel?
Why would I do that? I'm closer to most of the hotels.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to be there early in the morning when everybody, going
I
out
will
and
be.
getting breakfast
I'll
or
definitely.
whatnot.
No, I'm not exaggerating. It's actually, according to Google, to go from that driveway right there past the meetup all the way to the ocean is 14 minutes. So it's 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 9. Depends on the traffic. You know how things are. But no, I'm very, 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 very close. Like you said, the Friday night. Are you coming?
Am I coming? No.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm up here in Virginia.
yeah.
It's a bit of a ride from there.
Jump on your bike. What is that? What kind of bike is that? Can't tell.
So VTX 1800.
Okay. Jump on
Made
that.
by
Come on
Honda.
down.
If I didn't have other things going on and I had this a little more planned out, I would love to come down.
Yeah. No, I know how you feel. I live very, very close, and it was still hard to work it out and go to this, but because I'm not semi-retired either, semi-retarded.
I think Chris is heading out. Good night, Chris.
Good night, Chris.
Good night, Chris.
What's the other Chris saying?
I don't know.
I was talking about a knob
On your seat bike. I caught it.
Oh, and you're Santa Fe or something. I don't know.
I don't know. What knob is he talking about?
The knob for the back of your seat to get at the battery.
You're a knob, Chris. Huh?
I said for the third time.
Oh yeah, you can replace that screw with a knob, so you could just stick your fucking ham hock. Excuse me, hand, and even my even my hand. It's hard to get in there. But anyway, I haven't ridden my bike to work in a long time. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, it's not fun. I mean, that's all I ever do is I ride the bike to work, and once in a while, I'll take a run up to my dad's in St. Cloud because that takes a couple hours. So, about an hour and 50 minutes. I like to go the back way. Instead of taking the highways, there's actually a really nice run through this center part of the state, kind of, sort of, to get there. And you go through the farmlands and the country, and it's just a nicer ride, I mean, if you want to go up the ocean, you can do that too. But that takes way too long. There's too many towns, too many lights. I'm reading here.
That's another thing I would have to consider is the weather coming down there, because right now it's 30 degrees outside.
Wow.
So going
I'm
down.
sure you actually have a car
chilly.
too, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I could, but I would love to take the bike on a long trip like that too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the longest thing I've done was go up to meet Kenny. No, that's not true. I went to St. Augustine with a couple of retired fellows some one time. That's it. That 4-hour run each way. That's the longest I've ever been on the bike. I've yet to hit the Keys. I want to do that. There's another nice run you can make when you live down here is you go around Okeechobee. It's actually 2.5 hours just to go around that lake's so big. And it's supposed to be a nice day, nice run. There's a couple good biker clubs, biker bars. It's not really biker bars, but they tend to be a lot of guys on riding that stop at these places, got good food, and some places to see, some places to fish. I could bring my Popeil's pocket fisherman, stick it in that. Don't laugh, it works good.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Kind of. Now that I fixed it, kind of. That's old. That's a classic. I had that in high school. That Popeil's. I've done a long time. But yeah, see, this is part of Uncle Bill's Toys, which I never talk about, and I don't really do right now, which is kind of depressing. I do have a water blister on the bottom of my foot over here, which might make riding a little less comfortable. I was doing that whole thing. Remember, I burnt my leg today. Yeah. I was doing it in flip flops too, not just shorts, but flip flops.
So I stepped on some melted plastic, something or other, and stuck to the bottom of my foot. It's going to be miserable at work this week. And then, of course, I knocked it off with my other foot, and I burned the side of my other foot. I probably should have filmed all this. You guys would have something fun to watch.
Yeah. That would have been funnier than crapping in a Chevette.
No, there's actually nothing ever going to ever be funnier than the idea of you crapping in a Chevette. And seeing, were you as big then as you are now? Because I can imagine that
No,
you filled that bucket seat right up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Big mound. You know that poop emoji? I think that's where it came from.
That's seriously the biggest dick maneuver I've ever heard of. God bless you. God bless you.
Imagine what I do if I don't like you, let alone don't even know you. Yeah. I was terrible. I've matured a little bit, though.
Have you?
A little.
Where is there evidence of this? So anyway, Lot Lizard. Have you ever rode on a sheepskin? Have you
No,
ever tried that on the seat
no.
for like a long run? No.
I would expect you'd slide all around on it.
No, this one's actually strapped in. And I don't know, people swear by them. You know, it apparently just makes it comfortable for longer rides, you know. Because I even with that, which is I have I bought the hammock, the Harley hammock seat, which is it's oversized. What are you laughing? Everything's funny to you. It's oversized to begin with. It's like 19 inches wide, and it's got like that hammock strap in there that keeps your ass off the seat pan. And I mean, I still 45 minutes in, I'm shifting around, uncomfortable, you know.
Right.
So I wanted to try it, you know. And I did try somebody gave me a synthetic one to throw over it, and even that made a difference, you know. So this time I actually bought a real one made for that, and it's on it. And I haven't been on the bike, you know. So I'm going to do that. You know, it's one thing that you buy these toys and you just don't even use them, you know, because I just don't have to, like this FPV thing. I got it into you're going to love it. You're going to never want to fly camera drones again. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen, you know. It's the same reason why I don't drive Gixxers, you know what I mean? I big and slow. That's me, baby.
Well, I'd be more tempted to get into FPV if I knew during the learning process I wasn't going to have to chase it down 100 times.
Yeah, well, because that definitely happens. I mean, well, you do it in open field and you set up turtle mode, they flip back over and come back to you. You know, I mean, if I live somewhere near Chris Waters,
Yeah.
he's a patient, nice young kid, and he's really good at it, and probably give some lessons. I don't live near anybody that's going to guide me. And these are all excuses. You know what you got? You just got to do it. Just got to make the time to do it.
Well, I have to say, Chris is an impressive young man.
Oh,
all of his editing skills and this, that, and the other, the music, the whole 9 yards.
Yep. And he's cute too.
I love seeing him on Kelly's show.
Yeah, he won't come on. He won't come in here.
He was on Mel's show earlier tonight.
I saw him.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No, I saw him. Met him in person. That's just what he looks like. It's not fair.
I hate picking on him because I think he makes him more self-conscious if I pick on him, but I couldn't resist, so I picked on him a little bit.
I know you're not. Everybody likes Chris. No, the difference with the FPV, I'll tell you too, is really it's really touchy. I mean, really, when you talk about incremental, I can see why a lot of them are pinchers with that. You've really got to
dial it back. And what I should really do is set the controls down to like 75% or whatever, so that they're a little less responsive, for one thing. And for two, you got to kind of anticipate, because what you do, the drone is going to, it's not a video game. When you want to pick up speed and level off, you got to know that you've already given it enough up that you cut it off and you level it off before it actually gets to, you know what I mean? I guess you got to learn that, because he was kidding. Oh, you learned how to use a GP. Oh, that's what Max was saying. I learned how to use a GPS drone. Yeah, but I'm not kidding. Took right to that. That was really very easy. I was doing stupid things with my Mini 2 right as soon as I got it.
Well, that's another reason I don't want to do it, is because I'd become that addicted to it once I got the hang of it.
Do you think so?
Well, some of these people I see that are into it, they got 100 different drones mounted on their back wall when they turn the camera on. Okay. Drone is already a touchy subject around here anyway, especially when a new drone comes out. So if I'm ordering new parts every other day for my drone, I'm going to hear about it every single day,
Well, you see, I have a lot of hobbies that I really enjoy, but I don't get addicted to any of them. I really enjoy that bike. I'm not addicted to it. I really enjoy my little boat. I'm not addicted to it. I really enjoy the GPS drones. I'm not addicted to it. It's not. I don't wake up. I can't wait to get. I just wonder if these guys didn't have toys when they were kids.
Well, no, but everybody that I've seen that got into this, they get into it like they're addicted to it, like it is cocaine or something. As they say, they went over to the dark side there, and they just can't put it down. Every spare moment they got, they're out there burning some packs. So I don't know.
No, I could see it being fun, even if I spend enough time to get decent at it, where I can control the drone, have some nice flights, do something decent with it. I'm not talking about getting to some ridiculous, some level like Max or Chris, but at least fly it comfortably and do well at it. I could see it. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun. But like passing by things. Oh, look at that. I want to shoot that. I want to do this. I want to do that. That's not me. It's just not. What do you think there, Jimmy?
Yeah. I tried it once. Jordan brought over his, and I put the goggles on, and the touchiness. I get what you were saying. I found it like I flew for like 10 seconds, if that, and then it, just crashed in the backyard. It's too touchy, too hand-eye-ish. So,
good night, Greg. Take her easy. Have a good night. Harley's leaving.
Yeah. So I don't think I'd ever fall in love with it that way either. But, once again, if you did it long enough and you got good at it, I'm like you. I like this. I like that. I don't love that. I have to do this.
Right. I love lasagna.
You gotta eat.
Gotta have it. No, I don't know. I don't know.
I know one thing Jim's addicted to. is being the co-host of a lot of shows on YouTube here.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Every time I click on somebody's show, there's Jim again.
I know. How does that happen?
I've seen him on Art's show recently, quite a few times.
Yeah,
people have been inviting him in. He's a nice guy. People like him.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised he doesn't have his own show going on.
It's funny you should mention that. Maybe that is an addiction for me, because I was streaming a lot, if you remember. I mean, I know you do. And I do like this, and I don't know why do I like this, because half the time I'm talking to myself or Jim, which is, like talking to myself. No, I mean, I've had many streams where before Jim came out, and I do it anyway. I do like this.
It's interacting with people. It's your friends. It's a way of being close to people you can't physically be close to.
See, now that's here, Chris. Bam. Best toy I had as a kid was a soccer ball. That's a good toy. I didn't have anything extra. No video games, no computers. FPV is amazing to me. Okay. All right. I mean, I had remote control planes. And I really, really liked it. I was into modeling. I did the rockets. I did ST's rockets, built all different kinds of ones of those. Really got into that. But you're right. The addiction I see with these guys, this need for, I guess it's kind of like the need for speed thing. Like it's a good thing they don't have crotch rockets because they'd be constantly running too fast.
Or drones big enough that they could fly it themselves.
I guess. But you don't know what it's like to be a bird unless you fly FPV. Well, what if you're a pilot of your own plane? Isn't that even more like being a bird? Because you're actually in the air. I don't know.
I think the visual perception, I think, is what they're talking about there. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I did ride-alongs when I was down in Texas. In other words, I connected to their frequencies and with my goggles on and rode along, and it was definitely cool. I just don't see the addictive part.
We need to get Chris in here to explain it to us. Chris,
he's going
to drop the link for Chris and let him come on in here.
He won't do it.
He won't.
He'll do it. Come on in here, Chris. Damn it.
He won't do it.
Are you too good for us, Chris? Come on, man.
Shame game.
Educate us.
Peer pressure.
We connected frequently. Yes, we did. We were connected.
There's still 15 people watching. Your stream's doing damn good. So
we were connected. We were connected in a way that I haven't been connected to anybody else, Chris. Well, that day, actually, Chris Hope and I were connected as well, and actually, I rode along with Doc Murdoch as well, and it was all, like I said, very cool. It seems like fun, but yeah, it's just the crazy, and I mean, I know part of it too is not for everybody. For me, when I smashed that little drone up, I actually like fixing them. That part of it I kind of like. Learning more about the controllers and maybe upgrading my controller there and putting Crossfire in it and figuring out there's a chip you have to solder onto the board and learning about stuff like that. The communication, what chip is that? It's for the baud rate's not fast enough with it so you have to upgrade. Anyway, kind of like that part of it, learning the software and how to tune the drones and like that part of it too. And then when I flew the drone and I can't fly it worth the damn, that kind of, yeah. But if I was better at it, I would probably have fun with it. But I still would enjoy the GPS drones.
Yeah, I would too. I know I would. I like to explore with my GPS drones, and
yeah, going places you could and seeing things you would never be able to see normally. It's pretty awesome. I in fact, when I was into radio control planes, RC planes in high school, I always thought, God, wouldn't it be cool to be able to see what from the plane's perspective, so it was always there. Yeah. In fact, even the ST's rockets, they had a module that you can put in it where it would film the whole flight, from, it was short, obviously, but the thing actually had, and it was spring wound, you know what I mean? But it would actually film the flight, from taking off. And I never got one of those. I had always wanted one. Hey, Chris Wedgeworth, how you doing, buddy?
But so anyway, so I understand it, but I don't know. Maybe if I get better at it, I'll get addicted.
It seems like the audience wants Chris to come in here. Come on in here, Chris. You don't even have to turn your camera on. You can do like what I'm doing.
Chris, 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 Chris,
Chris, Chris, Chris.
Chris. Oh, you know what I was addicted to? I have to admit this. I was addicted to one of my hobbies, which was PCs. I really got into that, you know, to the point where I was doing it for a living, or at least a part-time income, and really, really, really enjoyed that. But it's kind of faded away. I just do it as a hobby now. But I guess I kind of got into that. But I didn't feel the need to own 100 of them. That didn't work, did it?
When I started building computers, you know, people kept asking me everything under the sun. Kept wanting me to show them how to do it. They said, you could do this for a living. I said, I'm doing it so much now that I should be paid for it because I'm practically doing it full time, but I'm doing it for all my friends. And they're not paying me. But they still would ask. They didn't get the clue, but
yeah.
Good night, Bob.
Oh, we're losing Bob. Good night, Bob.
Good night, Bob. Did I even know Bob was here? Did I say hello to Bob? Hi, Bob. Brother Bob.
Thank you, dude.
Did I? Good night, Bob.
He's another one I'd like to see jump in the streams. I don't see much in him.
He came in here one time. In fact, I even had Chris Wedgeworth in here a couple of times.
Well,
that's a rare occasion.
Not this year, though.
I don't know, Charles. It might work. I can't tell you because I just got my phone here. I've never used a computer. I don't even have a camera on my computer. So I don't know. It's just having a microphone would allow you in here or not.
I'm supposed to be sleeping.
It's Chris.
Yeah, it is Chris.
Hey, there he is. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Uncle Bill. Hey, Jim. Hey, Mike.
Hey, fella.
Chris, did I ask you if you're coming to Florida?
Yeah, you did, and I'm not.
And you said no.
Correct.
What if I came and got you?
Kidnap.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call the police.
No.
He didn't say against your will.
Yeah, what the hell?
The strange guy says he's my uncle. He's kidnapping me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. It's gonna be all voices.
I never had toys. Oh God, who could this be?
We're hearing voices.
You jamokes.
Huh?
You jamokes. It's Mike.
Mike who?
Fly Zone. Your boy.
Oh, Mikey. No, Mikey.
Mikey,
because Mike is over there. That's Mike B and Mike E. And that's Jim. Say hello to Jim.
Hello.
So what is all this? You guys all have like your facials on, getting ready to go to bed or something?
It's a
trend.
It's a trend.
We've all got our cucumbers on. Right?
Sunday night, they all look ugly.
Not as ugly as us, Jim.
I'm getting milked right now. So.
Hey, what is that about?
I got nipples, Parker. Can you milk me?
All right, now I get it. Mikey's been drinking. Now I understand.
Well, guys, thanks for coming in. Just as I was thinking about closing it down, I appreciate that.
Anytime, Bill.
And obviously Jim was right because we rolled over a long time ago. So I'm back. I'm back up to 20 hours again, or a little less.
Well, there you go. Now you got hours for Tuesday night.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? And that's another thing too. Yeah, I keep forgetting Tuesday. Yeah, we're supposed to do trivia.
Checkbox.
Yep. Jackbox. Yep. Jackbox Tuesdays now. I made a commitment to Doc's daughter there, to Brittany. And why not? But I'm going to do a little earlier though, instead of running into other people's streams later. And yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Yeah. Oh, you liked it? Did you? It's something different, and there's no pressure to come up with things to talk about. You just kind of sit back and laugh and joke with each other and play a game. What's wrong with that? It's kind of like card night, at your grandfather's house.
Yeah.
Like, people don't do that anymore. Mikey, the one side of the family, they played an Italian card game called Briscola. You ever hear of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody plays that anymore.
No.
Briscola. They still get together. I can't remember the last. Actually, I don't think I ever actually knew how to play. But they would sit there all night playing that game. Yeah, because you are Italian.
Absolutely.
I know. Well. You never had toys?
I'm being funny, Bill, because you said that FPV guys. Why they feel like? Why do you feel like it's so exciting? Because they never had toys.
It's not. It's just a joke. I was being funny. You're just being just a wet blanket. I never had toys. There's nothing. Hey, you guys love it. Enjoy it. Do it.
It's the immersive part, man. When you got those goggles on, you feel like you're actually flying. It's like you said, Bill. It's the speed, the need for speed, and the immersiveness of flying that quad. And actually, when you get better, you're controlling it. It's even more exciting. So, as you get better, you haven't given yourself a chance, Bill. Trust me, you'll get hooked. I promise.
Trust him, Bill.
Okay, I trust you. Sounds great.
Then you'll call me like, my God.
I think after I crashed a few hundred times, I'd learned some new cuss words about going to pick it up.
So I try to learn curse words in as many languages as possible because it just keeps it interesting.
Don't get me wrong. I still love my GPS drones. I still do videos on them, and I still love flying. I still enjoy them.
Well, you were the one that told me that I would never fly my GPS drone again once I got into it. That's what.
No, I never said that. Sergio said that.
Oh, huh?
Serge said that. Not me.
Sergio, Mike, tomato.
Oh, we lost Mike. Did Mike? No, who did we lose?
Lost Chris.
Chris.
That's it. That's all we get out of you, Chris. I'm
Chris
not
fell asleep and pressed the button.
I'm not enthusiastic about FPV, so you leave. That's disappointing.
You bailed on us.
You fell asleep on the disconnect button.
Well, you know what? We should just be grateful for the few moments that
Oh,
there he is.
Oh, is he back?
Yep.
I lost connection.
Chris, I thought you pressed the button. You're like, I'm tired. I'm gone. Good night.
No. But I should actually be sleeping.
Boy, what time
Yeah,
you gotta
me
get
too. It's 12 here.
I take the day off tomorrow. You'll be fine.
Was it 11 o'clock there, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, it's about to be midnight.
Yeah. We're in the same time zone, yeah.
I have a 10-hour job outside in the sun, so starting at 8. So
doing what?
And after, we are doing an event strike. We set up the event about 10 days ago. It's at a golf course. They had a golf tournament, and now that's finished. we have to put everything back in like a bunch of trucks to be shipped back to wherever the company's headquarters or warehouse is. So yeah.
So, do you
Wow.
work for that? Do you work for that company, or are you a subcontractor?
Yeah, I'm just a contractor. Just they hire out AV people to, set up audio video equipment and sometimes run the event. And yeah, so I just get booked randomly for different gigs. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, is that all you do? Is that your living?
That's part of what I do. There are several AV companies that I work for around Austin. One of them is Kelly's company. He has like his actual business is a video production company. So he hires me to do live streams for his clients sometimes, and sometimes editing and sometimes sound design for animations that his animators create. But yeah, I do a whole bunch of stuff.
Cool.
Awesome.
Great. It is awesome. It's just nice to be able to do what you like. Do what
Absolutely.
you enjoy.
Yeah, I
Although
definitely feel very lucky.
strike. Although tomorrow doesn't sound all that much fun.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I was going to talk to you about doing an intro for my channel for my videos.
Like a video intro. I don't know if I've done those before.
Oh, I thought that was kind of your thing.
No, I've actually never done an intro before.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, Bill, you're cracking me up, man.
I know that shit. I did that in 15 minutes. You talk about actual real graphical intro with with some design and some cool stuff, That's just a video that I put some music on and a wipe at the end. But it works.
Yeah, it's cool, Bill.
Mike, if you need an intro, I'll do one for you, bro.
Or do you know
Mikey's the guy.
Do you know who the Lone Ranger is?
Who?
The Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do know who it is?
The Lone Ranger, the cowboy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to do some kind of.
I ain't that young.
Well, he wasn't really a cowboy; he was a Texas Ranger. But
whatever, Texas Ranger. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Tonto.
I wanted to do something kind of resembling that.
Oh, copyright strike.
Well, modified enough that I wouldn't get in trouble for it. And I think that might be old enough now that it's usable. I don't know all the legalities of that, but
I'm pretty sure you don't have to get the actual Lone Ranger. I mean, you can get something that looks like the Lone Ranger, and you won't, it won't affect anything. We trying to do get a Lone Ranger with a drone or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you're the drone ranger, so you're not really. I doubt anybody's going to come after you for that. I mean, Clayton Moore's been dead for a long time, so
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I think you'll be all right.
Well, I just wanted people to know kind of where the drone ranger thing came from. I've had some people ask me, say, "What's that got? What is that? Like a Power Ranger or something?" I said, "Well, come on, man."
Who said that?
Kids.
Just people, and passing, just
kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's discouraging how little they know about what came before them.
You know, I mean, that's before my time. Well, Jesus was before my time, but I've heard of him. You know, what the heck? You know, I mean, I'll bring up things like Laurel and Hardy, and they look at me cross-eyed. They have no idea. Oh, wait a minute. There's a youngster in the room. Chris.
I'm going to keep out of this conversation because I think I'll be in trouble.
You know who Laurel and Hardy is?
I have no clue.
Oh my gosh.
Abbott
You have no idea what you're missing. Google that. Check out some of their movies. It'll crack you up.
Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
Abbott and Costello?
I used to watch that.
Yeah, yeah. I do know. I do know Abbott and Costello.
Yep.
Who's on first? What's on second? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
The vaudeville routine, you know that. Well, that's a little newer.
Okay.
They were called Fat and Skinny, also Laurel and Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carol Burnett.
Yep, I know her show.
Okay. Well, that's
Chris is going to say, I'm not coming back on this show with these old codgers. They're going to pick on me all the time.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, Kelly does that all the time. Also, he's like, "What? You've never seen such and such a thing? Never seen Star Wars? Never seen Star Trek? Never seen Lord of the Ring?" I'm like, "Oh goodness! I'm just gonna not talk about movies or TV shows."
Slow down. You've never seen Star Trek?
Star Trek.
No,
not the movies.
What? Oh God. Star Wars? No. You know, I actually went to see Star Wars the second day it came out in the New York area. I had a "May the Force be with you" button.
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
They gave those out. They're collector's items now. Someone stole it from me in high school. Yeah, I'm more a Trekkie than I am a. Star Wars is fun though. I like it all.
I like Star Trek more. It was for its time. It was way ahead of its time for its time.
Sure, it was. It was fun. It was interesting. It was exciting. I mean, I tell you what, I like the new shows too, to a point, but they are just too hard rubbing your face into social issues. I mean, it's cool that they're in there because we got to understand that we have to change a lot to get to this, this utopian future that they live in. But God, they make you feel evil for even living in this century, and it's just too much, too much. However, never heard of Abbott and Costello. I mean, Laurel and Hardy. God, yeah. How about? Well, you've seen The Wizard of Oz, right? The original.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yep.
What about the Three Stooges? I love Three Stooges. They were funny.
A little bit, yeah.
Heard of it? Oh, that's cute.
How about our gang comedies?
I don't know. That does not ring a bell.
The Little Rascals?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Nope.
Really? What about Martin and Lewis?
Spanky and Alfalfa and Darla, and you don't know who these people are?
No idea.
Oh, write this stuff down. We're gonna culturally enrich you.
Bill, write this stuff down. I love Bill, man.
A year ago when I was doing the first collaboration I ever did with Kelly, he asked me if I've seen Shaun of the Dead, which I hadn't. And he's like, "Okay, that's your homework. Go watch Shaun of the Dead, and then study how he does his transitions, and then incorporate it into the review video." So that's what I did for that very first video. It was the video where I asked for his autograph and I stole the drone from his office. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that was before you guys knew about me, but so yeah, so he made me watch a movie for homework to figure out how to incorporate that style.
Yeah, that was the first video you did with him.
Yeah,
the first video that I seen it.
Yeah, that was the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah. Anyway, I should probably get going, guys.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna get a copyright hit on this.
Oh, what is it? Is it an old comedy show?
Yeah. For what?
I guess Laurel and Hardy. Stream
Stream
suspended
suspended
for policy violation.
Oh,
What?
that's wow. I
Holy
don't know.
cow.
For playing that video, I guess.
Dang.
Too funny.
Stream unavailable.
What?
I guess you're going to get some kind of warning or strike or something. I don't know.
Let's see what happened here.
Well, good night, Chris.
Good night, Jim. What a
We'll
way to
tell the
end
people on the
the
screen.
evening.
Oh yeah, look at this.
What?
When I pull it up on my phone and under all my subscriptions, people that have had a video that's ready to view, they've all got a blue dot. But Uncle Bill, you've got a red dot. Whoop.
Well, he's got an actual strike on that.
I don't know.
There you see the
It's not
red,
a claim.
the red dot.
It's not showing anything yet.
I'm confused.
Here it is. Channel content. Restrictions, none. Says it's live now. Wow.
I wonder if they just shut it down because of the time frame.
No, policy. They said stream suspended for policy violations. I guess showing that video.
Yeah, they cut you out, man.
I ran it too long, I guess.
Yeah, if you got a red mark, that means you got an actual strike on that. So that's strike one. If you get 2 more strikes, dude, you're done.
Coming from experience, Mikey?
I had 1 strike, yeah, but then after a certain amount of, after 60 days, 30 days, 60 days, I believe it is, they remove it. If you're a good boy.
It might be 90 days, but yeah.
Or 90 days, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's not showing up in here yet.
Yeah, it still says live here.
Oh. Well, you're back on the screen. You're back live again now that you took the video down.
Oh, they put you
Mike?
back up, yeah.
Let's see.
You're back on YouTube, so.
Oh. Oh, I am.
Yep. There you are.
Too funny. It shows. Is anybody still here? 9 watching. That's great. Okay, that was Laurel and Hardy, Chris.
Okay, I guess you don't mess with them, right?
No,
man.
apparently they're.
He'll never watch it again. He's afraid he'll get cut off.
That wasn't particularly funny. To me, actually, making jokes about a guy without a leg during World War II was probably not the best. But they have a lot of great skits and routines, and the funny one is the British one is Laurel.
I was expecting the brake to come off on the wheelchair and him to start rolling away.
Yeah.
They do stuff like that. But there's March of the Wooden Soldiers was a movie they did. They used to show every year at Christmas. They're in that, and I don't know. They have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of good stuff. But anyway,
Yeah, we used to sit down and watch them. Me and my dad and my brother when we were younger. We used to love watching them.
A lot of these guys got their start in vaudeville, and
Okay.
in fact, that Who's on First you're talking about, Abbott Costello, that's a vaudeville routine.
Okay, I see.
As an example, you've heard of Charlie Chaplin, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Buster Keaton.
Yes.
Oh, look at you! You're not so bad. These kids at work. Oh God, forget it. They don't even know who Billy Joel is. I'm not kidding you. Well, so we know how to shut my stream down, don't we?
Yep.
I should check my email. See if I got an email.
Took a while for it to log in.
Did you check your YouTube studio? It'll tell you if you got a strike or a claim.
Oh, here it is. Oh, that's pretty cool. Want to see it?
Yeah. What's getting into trouble look like?
Your stream was interrupted. Uncle Bill's Sunday Night Hangar Talk, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Due to your copyright match, your stream was interrupted. Streams interrupted. Copyright content is detected after copyright material is no longer being streamed. Streams are automatically re-enabled. Thank you, the YouTube team.
So what channel did you get that from, Bill?
I'm afraid to tell you now. I have no idea. I just Googled Laurel and Hardy and then clicked the link.
Yeah. So how were they able to play it if it would have been
I don't
copyright?
know.
Universal.
They must have permission somehow.
That's what just drives me nuts.
Yeah, how does that make sense? Seriously.
Yeah, like how can Ken play Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train when he's doing his super chat train?
Oh yeah, didn't even think about that.
I think there's a difference if you do it on a live stream as opposed to just uploading it.
Well, he does it on a live. We were doing it on a live stream.
Oh, well,
You know,
Video, maybe.
this video hasn't gotten any views since. I guess this stuff doesn't show up until after the video's over. Because right here it says, look, 77 views. Live viewers 6. We had more than 6. There was like 20. There was over 20 at one point. 21 likes. How about that? Oh well. All right. Well, guys, I'll let you go. Thanks for coming in.
That's Chris sleeping.
No, it was me. Thanks, Bill. It was fun for a little bit. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed.
A little bit.
Don't go overboard, you know. Hey, you know what? I know something I could show without a copyright claim. Oh my God. Well, anyway, guys, seriously, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it.
No problem, Bill.
And y'all have a great night, man.
You too, Bill.
I'd like to say I'll see you guys this weekend, but not a one of you is going to be here.
No. Deanna's
Charles is still in chat.
Charles, I like Charles. Charles is a nice guy. Did you see Charles' movie?
Charles' movie?
Charles produced a movie.
Yeah, the one that you showed before, or is it a new one?
No, it's the same one. I was asking if anybody had seen. I didn't know
I've
if you
seen
guys
it,
are in
yeah.
here or not. Charles, I mean, it's not a whole movie. It's like a part of one because he was trying to. Charles, who was it that you were trying to work? It was like a contest, and then if you were chosen, you could possibly work with who? Charles, tell me. Charles.
Charles went to bed.
No, he just responded. He's here. He said, "Me."
Avery Shortney.
What?
He said Avery Shortney. What is that?
He meant to say a very short.
Oh, very short.
Me.
I thought it was Avery Short also. I said, who's that?
That's what I thought too.
A contest to get on Spielberg's On the Lot TV show. And
Avery Short.
Are you drinking
Spielberg,
again?
nobody. You want to hook up with Avery Short. He's the man.
A very sought one.
Very short one.
You need the
Not
horn
me.
for that one.
Not
Jim.
me. Chris, do you know what that's from?
Monty Python.
There you go. See, he's not
Ding,
so
ding,
bad.
ding, 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 ding.
Phew.
It's from a
Sweating
movie.
bullets over here.
It's from
I
a
love
movie.
that horn.
You won't get that. Do you want to see his video? He produced it with actors and actresses and everything.
How long is it?
That's very personal, Jim. I'm not going to discuss that.
Okay.
How long is it? It's very short, actually. It's only a couple minutes. Charles, why don't you throw the link? There it is. I know, because I want to go to bed too. I understand, Jim. I get you. All right.
Hey, Uncle Bill. I'm
Yeah.
wondering since I'm on my phone, if I leave this in the background and go to YouTube, if I'll get kicked out. So I'm going to try that. If that happens, good night. But if it doesn't, I'll be back.
What are you doing?
I'm on my phone, so I don't see the YouTube chat right now.
Oh.
So I want to see if I put this browser with StreamYard in the background on my phone.
No, Chris, you can see the YouTube chats if you press on the chat on the bottom, even though you don't have your video on. You only have them yet. You're only on the avatar. You can just keep the chats on and just look at the chats, and it doesn't matter. No one's going to see you anyway.
Oh,
actually,
gotcha. I thought
audio will work because I've done that. Left.
Yeah. So
left.
If you click on the bottom, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. All right, cool.
Okay, this is called A Thief in the Night, produced by Charles Galiski. Right? That's not full screen.
You know what this job is, right?
It does that same look like 3 times, right?
You know what you have to do, right?
Can you guys hear it?
Be careful of his.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, did boss done anything about that woman who drives you nutty?
You know, she hasn't. And I don't know why.
I thought you said she was a pain to everyone.
She is. I know of at least 6 other people who have complained, so I'm not the only one. But I didn't want to talk about that tonight.
Gucci mama.
Ooh la la.
Did you hear that? Wait here.
Okay.
Vanessa.
Well, that was quick.
Get off him!
You think that's all I got?
That was a little scary.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bill.
What'd you think of that?
When's part 2 coming out? I want to know what happens.
I like that fight scene. I like the that was that's pretty cool, Odie.
Yeah, it's cool
I've never produced a movie, so I can't make fun.
It's
I
cool
think
how
he
you did
felt
that.
the
I
feel
like
on the couch.
In the middle of that, I hit the wrong damn button and kicked myself out.
What are you watching now?
Oh God, no, I'm not. Oh, this is Ben Carson embarrassing Whoopi Goldberg. That's probably worth watching, but never mind.
You don't want a second copyright strike.
Yeah.
Oh, and that would so not be worth it. All right, guys. Thanks for showing your movie. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for lending your voices. And if you ever want to come in and just do the voice thing, that's great too, because, you know, talking is better than not talking, I guess. I think, oh my God, I think my
Yeah, that's you went like an hour and a half over what you were expecting to.
3 hours.
yeah, it rolled over. So I got my new 20 hours, I guess.
3.5 hours, Bill.
Yeah. Jimmy's not going to work tomorrow.
Oh, my water broke.
Oh no!
I didn't even know you were pregnant.
Yeah, my foot is pregnant.
Oh no! Ouch!
Yeah, I stepped on melted plastic that's still exceptionally hot.
Did a drone pop out, Bill?
Caused a water blister on the bottom of my foot, and it just busted. Want to see it?
Oh gosh!
Yeah, it's going to bother me tomorrow. Okay, guys, thanks for stopping in. Let's call it a night.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
You're just
Bill,
crazy
Uncle
enough
Bill.
to hang with me so late. I can't believe it, but I appreciate it. I certainly do. And see you in the funny papers.
Good night, fellas.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night, Chris. Good night, Mike.
Later, guys.
Jim.
Good night, Chris.
Good night,
Jim,
Mike.
Bill, Mike,
Charles. Good night, Charles. Everybody, good night, Charles.
John Boy.
Is this like the end of the Waltons or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, see, I'm going to end the broadcast
where's
now,
Mary
and the only one that's
Ann?
not going to hear us is Charles, because we'll still hear each other.
Okay.